Broncos. And the Brewers begin the day with a 5-game lead over the Cubs for first place in the NL Central after taking 3 of 4 against the Dodgers. The Brewers begin a 3-game series with the Seattle Mariners Tuesday night. Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. We do have a crash to watch out for that is on the ramp from St. Paul Avenue to 94 West. Not really seeing any delays, but do watch out for it on the ramp there. I am seeing delays on 94 eastbound, mostly between Hawley and 35th. Otherwise, mostly smooth sailing across the roads. Time for your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Partly cloudy skies tonight, a low of 66. Tomorrow, partly cloudy and humid. A chance for showers and storms heading into the evening, a high of 82. Wednesday, mostly sunny skies, high of 80. Thursday, mostly sunny again, high of 82. Friday, partly cloudy with a slight chance for showers or storms, a high of 75. Right now in Madison, it's 78 degrees. In Green Bay, it's 80. In Waukesha, it's 77. And in Milwaukee, it's 75 degrees. I'm Jessica Gatso, Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 6:08.
Your need-to-know cultural snapshot of Wisconsin and beyond. This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. A deep dive into all things intriguing, riveting, and entertaining. Now, here's your host, Sandy Maxx.
Thank you for starting your week with me here on What's on Tap, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. I am Sandy Maxx. I am happy to be with you these next 3 hours on What's on Tap, including that bonus hour. I have a treat for you. So, and I've really enjoyed being out at the Wisconsin State Fair in the remote studio. Like, buttons are in different places now for me. So it's kind of interesting after being out in the wild for a bit. I am back right here inside the 3rd Street Market Hall studio. So thanks again for hanging out with me. And man, I feel like Milwaukee is squeezing a lot into the final weeks of summer. So let me help you squeeze out the summer vibe. And first, we're going to go around the world without even leaving downtown. Milwaukee Night Market is coming up on Wednesday already, and it's International Flavor Night. They've started adding themes, which, you know, who doesn't love a theme party? And this means we get to have a couple of musicians in to help paint the picture of Milwaukee Night Market's international flavor. Gould and Jaeger are here, fresh from Irish Fest, to help invite you to Milwaukee Night Market on Wednesday. And smooth sounds are taking over the city this weekend. The Fresh Coast Jazz Festival returns, and CEO Carl Brown is going to join me with all the details and your personal invitation. And the song you need to hear is one of the bands playing at the Fresh Coast Jazz Festival. A crowd pleaser, Spyro Gyra, has the song you need to hear tonight. And Stop and Smell the Flowers, a preview of Flower Fest on Sunday that includes the Makers Market, and a brand new art experience festival on Friday on the Riverwalk. It's called Afterlight, and Milwaukee's Angela Damiani is going to join us to give us the scoop on this artful experience that will be on the Riverwalk all the way from Wisconsin Avenue to Erie Street. Artists to enjoy and projections and musicians. It's going to be very cool. And then the treat I was telling you about in our bonus hour, a deeply personal conversation with Gary Sinise, actor, musician, humanitarian, and so much more. He shares the extraordinary story of his son, Mac, and the music that his son, Mac, has left with us after he passed away from a battle with cancer. And even cooler, we are going to be some of the first people to ever hear Mac Sinise's music performed live as part of what's called Graceful Warrior. It's the world premiere of a concert that Gary Sinise has put together. It's going to be at Skylight Music Theater next week, August 28th and 29th. And Gary was so kind to spend time with me, and you will hear that chat in our bonus hour at 8 o'clock. So music, markets, flowers, festivals, all sorts of fun on What's on Tap on WTMJ. And you know what I like to do on Mondays? I like to ask you, what was a highlight of your weekend? The Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line is 855-616-1620. 855-616-1620. What was a highlight of your weekend? Because I cannot clone myself, or I would have been in like 6 places at once, especially this weekend. But I did get out and about. And again, these weekend highlights, they can actually be domestic victories. Like a friend of mine, I think she was able to get rid of a yellow jacket nest in her backyard. I'd call that a victory. For me, it was more kicking it off Friday night after I got off the air for What's on Tap at the Wisconsin State Fair. I chillaxed and enjoyed the Guffs show at the Bank 5-9 Amphitheater and just kind of strolled around the State Fair. And Saturday, spent most of my afternoon and evening at Irish Fest, which was absolutely a feast for the senses and great for the soul. And then yesterday, stopped for some sips yesterday evening at Old German Beer Hall and Drink Wisconsin before going to the Bryan Adams concert at Fiserv Forum. Bryan Adams, and you know who opened? Rock and Roll Hall of Famers, Pat Benatar and her husband, guitarist Neil Giraldo. And it was a great night of live music. And if I don't want to give you FOMO, but next time Bryan Adams comes to town, he was like, I asked the guys in the band when the last time we played Milwaukee, and they all agreed. Too long. So they didn't remember, and I didn't research it before joining you tonight, but man, it was like 26 songs. He's got a great energy. The band sounds great, and it was fun. I haven't been to like a Coldplay concert, so you know how you usually get those little wristbands that light up and flash. Well, Bryan Adams gave us those little wristbandies, and it was fun to see how they were synchronized blue lights during some songs and flashed like it looked like paparazzi during some songs, but just enough of an energy for the audience to give some sparkle to the full house at Fiserv Forum. But it was a good night of classic rock. Bryan Adams and Pat Benatar and Neil Giraldo. So maybe you were there. Pop me a text. Say, hey, I was there too. The Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line 855-616-1620. Like to know your weekend highlights. I'll be checking the talk and text line throughout the show. And coming up next, we are talking everything Milwaukee Night Market, a free outdoor event showcasing a variety of local vendors, performers, and artists in the heart of downtown, one Wednesday each month this summer and fall, in an exclusive spotlight interview right here on What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx. That's next.
I'm not one to say I told you so, but I switched to Pure Talk over a year ago, and ever since, I've been telling people there's no better wireless company out there. Well, a few months ago, a massive survey was conducted. 123,000 people were asked to rate their wireless carrier in 4 categories: coverage, support, data, and overall value. Well, the results are in. Guess which wireless company was the only wireless company to get 5 stars in every category? Yeah, Pure Talk. 5 stars, every category. To celebrate, Pure Talk is offering the first 3 months of any plan for just $15 a month, including their top-tier unlimited plan. No contract, no commitment, just a very inexpensive way to test drive the only American wireless company with 5 stars in every category. Just dial pound 250, say micro, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service will take it from there. Again, pound 250 micro. And yes, I told you so.
It's WTMJ's Debbie Loziga. Nobody likes backups, not on I-94 and definitely not in your own backyard. That's why I'm so glad we called Comfort Awnings. Now our outdoors time isn't delayed by rain or the scorching afternoon sun. One touch of a button gives us instant shade and shelter while also protecting us from harmful UV rays. So instead of heading inside when it gets too hot or starts to rain, we can enjoy the patio for longer. Don't let any more of the summer pass you by. Right now, get $200 off any awning or screen. Call 414-Awnings or visit comfortawnings.com.
Hey, this is WTMJ Steve Scaffidi. Have you listened to WTMJ Outdoors yet? Well, what are you waiting for? Every Saturday at 2 right here on 620 WTMJ. Stories of the outdoors in Wisconsin and beyond as we celebrate everything in recreation. Every week we explore the trails and waterways of Wisconsin in the great outdoors. It's a great state on a great lake. Join me every Saturday, every weekend on WTMJ Outdoors.
It's WTMJ Outdoors, presented by Outdoor Living Unlimited. You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx on WTMJ.
Shining a light in this spotlight interview on one of the best outdoor parties of the summer, the monthly Milwaukee Night Markets, put on by Westtown Association bid number 5 to gather people together for a memorable way to experience Wisconsin Avenue with a big old block party. And Wednesday is the next Milwaukee Night Market, and the theme is a worldwide sensation. And to share what you can look forward to and even tempt you with some music, joining me for this spotlight interview are my guests, Westtown Association bid number 5 Marketing and Events Director, Megan Kujawa. Megan, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I am good. And you have brought 2 musicians with you, fresh from a weekend full at Irish Fest and even last night performing at County Clare Irish Inn. Two Irish musicians. Introduce yourself.
My name is Ian Gould. I'm half of the duo Golden Jaeger. We just finished up with Milwaukee Irish Fest there last weekend. We've been on the road actually most of the summer, and Milwaukee's always a sort of landmark for us. We're there every year, and we look forward to seeing all the familiar faces.
Aw, and Lucas.
Yeah, my name's Lucas Jaeger. I'm the more native half of Golden Jaeger. I don't know if you could tell, he's not from around here. But I'm from down in Oconomowoc. I play fiddle, mando. I do some of the vocals. I have a bluegrass background, but me and Ian have been playing together for a few years now, doing mostly Celtic stuff, and it's been pretty cool.
And you're all warmed up after Irish Fest for Wednesday, your performance there. When will you be performing at the Milwaukee Night Market?
Yeah, that's on the Wednesday coming.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're looking forward to it. We're still picking up the pieces and filling in on all the details, but we'll be up there to play music and entertain you while you sample some of the wonderful, wonderful food on offer.
Oh, yeah. And Megan, for people who ask you what Milwaukee Night Market is all about, what do you tell them?
Yeah, so the Milwaukee Night Market is a place where you can experience all of the best of Milwaukee. So we have over 100 local vendors each night selling anything from handmade art, great food, plants, really photography, really anything you can imagine you'll find at the night market.
Yeah, even books. Yeah, you're right. It is
Yes.
a wide variety. And it's never the same Milwaukee Night Market twice.
Right.
You do a great job of rotating all the different small businesses, all the artists, all the performers.
Right.
You really choose your own adventure. And this Wednesday, not just celebrating local businesses, but a variety of heritages and cultures. What is the theme officially?
Yeah, this month is International Flavor Night. So we're excited to have everyone come and travel around the world right from West Wisconsin Avenue. And we're going to have a variety of vendors and entertainment so people can come and experience different cultures and tastes and sounds.
And for Golden Jaeger, so you're representing the Irish part of things, obviously in sound. Is there a culture that you're interested in discovering at the Milwaukee Night Market?
Well, again, we've been sort of overloaded with the whole Irish thing for all summer long, so we're eager to see what is on offer over there in general. And I speak for myself, but I know that Lucas is a bit of a foodie, so I know we'll probably arrive early.
Indeed, I am, and I've had plenty of Reubens over the past couple months, so I'm excited to have something that is not a Reuben.
Yeah, no deep fried food, please.
Megan, what are some of the foods that we can all sample?
Yeah, so we'll have Caribbean Taste, which is Haitian street food, Tudo Sabor Brazil, which is Brazilian street food. We'll have French crepes, and a lot of other great treats.
He's already excited. Look,
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope we're near the Haitian truck. I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
What would you get? What do you have a go-to for Haitian street food?
I like a lot of that, just that jerk seasoning, that like sort of sweet heat that you get with a lot of that stuff is just so good. So
That's a good point. That's a really good point. And then we have Golden Jaeger, who will be performing. Who are some of the other internationally flavored performers?
Yes, we'll have Alicia Dominguez, which is a Mexican-American singer-songwriter. DJ Kenny Perez will be spinning reggaeton and Latin tracks. And then we'll also have pop-up performances from Tradicion
Vivente.
Yes,
It's
Vivente.
a good Italian.
Yes, a little tough for me to say yes, but they'll be doing traditional Italian dance.
I feel like
and
they're at
then-
the International Folk Fair a lot.
Yes, yep. And Festa Italiano, of course, yeah. And then Djembe Nation, which is a West African drum group.
That really is a great variety. I love seeing the two musicians' eyes light up with everything you mentioned. Like,
I'm excited. I'm excited.
Yeah, that all sounds good. And then, so it's on Wisconsin Avenue, but it's a little different lay of the land this year.
Yeah, so we expanded onto Veller Phillips Avenue, so that gives us a little more room, and we've included the Veller Phillips Plaza and the Baird Community Commons, which is where, at Baird Community Commons is where the FPC Live Unplugged tent is, which is where you can find Golden Jaeger.
Yay. Right there, kind of across from Capitol Grill.
Yes.
In that space.
Yeah.
It really is great to activate those spaces and have the room. And so, Ian, I hear your accent. And as Lucas pointed out, he is from Oconomowoc, but where do you hail from?
I grew up in Belfast City, up in the north of Ireland. But I've called Milwaukee my home for the last 25 years or so. Luckily, I get to keep traveling. You know, it's fine to be homesick, but I get to go back there quite a bit. I have a small boutique travel company called G&W Irish Tours. We've been taking happy travellers across the Atlantic for the last, since 2019, if somebody else can do the mathematics.
But making those memories.
Indeed.
I don't know anyone.
And sharing them as well with people. You know, it's amazing.
I don't know anyone who's ever visited Ireland and went, meh.
I know, right?
I mean, truly, like everyone comes away going, I felt welcome. I felt like I was part of things. I can't wait to go back.
Yeah, definitely. And again, you know, obviously within the Midwest and our whole festival route, you know, we meet so many of the people within the Irish culture and people who love, even if they're not from Ireland, they really love that culture and the music.
So when you're performing with Gould and Jaeger, what is a song that you know is just going to be an absolute crowd pleaser?
They all are. All of them.
Yeah, we don't do any bad songs.
Well, I didn't mean that. I just meant, you know, like when you're like, okay, we're gonna really get the crowd going with this.
Well,
we're
the one that has probably been
singing.
well played out is Steve Earle's "Galway Girl," and we actually omitted it from our set this year. It's just overdone.
But like you said, it doesn't need to be done if it's so well received.
I know, right?
And plus, you've brought what instruments have you brought with you in the studio?
Well, I brought the Irish drum, which is called the boron. Conveniently rhymes with moron.
Oh, but it's spelled
Bodhran.
Because I call it called the bodhran,
Yeah,
so
the bodhran.
I'm wrong.
No.
So
Yep.
say moron. So now I can remember that.
That's it. Yeah, you know.
Just look at Ian and you're like, oh,
No,
yeah,
I feel
got it.
terrible now. So let us hear a little of your boron. You've played that before.
Once or twice.
And Lucas, what have you brought with you?
I've got my fiddle with me.
Ooh,
So, yeah.
you care to give us a sample of what the duo?
We do it together.
Yeah. Let's
I'm
hear a
gonna take
little
my
of what
headset
you're going to
off to
have
hear you.
on Milwaukee Night Market. This is part of the international flavor that you will get.
Yeah,
West End.
just in case you didn't get enough at Irish Fest, right?
If some people missed it.
There's that. Megan, for example.
Now she's back in town, back from the
Yes.
Dells. She can hang out. All right, let's hear you. This is Gould and Jaeger.
All right, let's do David's jig. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Bravo. Ian Gould
Awesome.
and Lucas Jaeger. Gould and Jaeger, you can see them performing at Milwaukee Night Market, the international flavors. And Megan, again, list out all the different cultures and heritages that we can sample on Wednesday at Milwaukee Night Market.
Yes, we have over 24 different vendors that you can definitely expect to see. And we have vendors representing regions of Europe, Asia, Africa, and the Latin American region as well.
Definitely. I would say there's a henna that you will be able to get body art and Mexican pueblos mágicos, magic towns.
Yes.
So just such a window to the worlds. And as Ian said, you ask him any question about Ireland, I bet you can't stump him. You'd be glad to share
Yeah,
your
of course
culture.
we would. Yeah, come and join us. We'll tell you about our travels and we'll tell you about our music.
Aw, thank you so much, both of you. And Megan, thanks for continuing to keep throwing one of the best block parties our city has every single month.
Thank you.
Up and
We're
down Wisconsin
always looking
Avenue.
forward to it.
Ian and Lucas, have a wonderful time on Wednesday.
Thank you so much. Hope to see
you.
you over there.
I was saying, I look forward to strolling by and, and maybe singing along to
Yeah,
some
or
of your songs.
Give us a little dance, maybe. Huh?
I would love to. A little jig could bust
That's it.
out.
That's it.
And it could bust out for you too. Milwaukee Night Market dates August 19th, September 16th, and October 7th, all Wednesdays on West Wisconsin Avenue between 2nd Street and Vel R. Phillips Avenue. Learn more, mkenightmarket.com.
MPS Families. School starts Tuesday, September 1st, and we're excited to serve you. If you haven't enrolled your child yet, now is the time. Milwaukee Public Schools offers free breakfast and lunch, the latest reading curriculum, and programs to fit every learner, including bilingual, language immersion, Montessori, special education, and more. Enroll today at mpsmke.com/enroll or visit us in person at 5225 West Fleet Street, Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Don't wait. Enroll today.
No matter what business you're in, as the #1 SBA lender in Wisconsin, Summit Credit Union helps your vision take shape with loan programs, great rates, and strategic solutions.
Awarded the #1 SBA lender by the Small Business Administration of Wisconsin in 2025.
Save now during the Ken Michaels Furniture Labor Day sale.
Summer always starts with good intentions.
Kids home from school, weekend trips, more time outside.
But somehow the house is in complete chaos by June.
That's why summer is the perfect time to get organized with Inspired Closets.
We create custom solutions for garages, pantries, laundry rooms, and more so your home works better for real life.
And when everything has a place, summer feels a whole lot less stressful.
Visit us today at InspiredClosetsMilwaukee.com.
Inspired Closets.
A wife and husband team.
You might not think of Burkhart for corporate uniforms and other business apparel, but you should, because a lot of businesses do. And it's because most times we're cheaper than our competition on the same high-quality apparel choices that the other guys offer, plus Nike and Under Armour that the other guys can't get. So for businesses and corporations, if you want your employees to look great while representing your brand, and you want to get your apparel for less, you can't beat Burkhart, your business uniform specialists.
You can't beat Burkhart.
Pickleball is America's fastest growing sport, and those courts aren't going to build themselves. Good thing PLM Paving and Concrete has been building courts long before pickleball was cool. For 60 years, PLM has been Wisconsin's trusted paving partner. Did you know for the last 15 years they've been building tennis, basketball, and pickleball courts too? Now that expertise has an official name, America's Sports Construction. Thinking about adding or resurfacing a court or have any pavement maintenance needs? Don't wait. Wisconsin's construction season is running out. Visit plmpaving.com/sports.
This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx.
Welcome back to What's on Tap. Sponsored by Visit Milwaukee, handcrafted, homegrown, world class. Discover more at visitmilwaukee.org. And that music you're hearing is just one of the performers at the Fresh Coast Jazz Festival that is happening Thursday, Friday, and Saturday here. And if you're like, hold on, we have a Fresh Coast Jazz Festival? I want to know more. You're in the right spot. We have the CEO of Fresh Coast Jazz Festival, Carl Brown, joining me with stories about Spiral Gyra and all the other experiences you can have to soak in the jazz vibe. And plus, going to find out more about Afterlight, a new Friday festival on the Riverwalk, and Flower Fest on Sunday, plus Gary Sinise in our bonus hour at 8 o'clock. Hang out with me here on What's on Tap. But right now we do go to the WTMJ Breaking News Center. Here is Jessica Gatso.
Thanks, Sandy. Road rage leads to a deadly shooting on the south side of Milwaukee. A 44-year-old victim was shot and killed near 10th and Lapham earlier this afternoon. Police arrested the suspect, an 18-year-old woman. Charges are pending. The Wisconsin State Fair concludes with fights and arrests near the rides. 7 people were arrested last night after multiple fights broke out in Spin City. Video on social media showing police officers chase after people as they tried to clear the area. Wisconsin State Fair Park confirms one officer was struck but was not seriously hurt. Police confirm there were no gunshots fired, dispelling rumors circulating on social media. No fairgoers were seriously hurt, and the fights were isolated to the final hours of the fair yesterday. Wisconsin is getting over $10 million in federal funding to address a shortage of special education teachers. The State Department of Public Instruction says the 5-year grant will help recruit, train, and retain special educators through a new statewide initiative. DPI says only 43% of special education teachers remain in Wisconsin public schools by their 8th year. The program will expand teacher apprenticeships and provide new educators with coaching, mentoring, and professional support. Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. Mostly clear on the roads right now. I am seeing a bit of a delay on 894 eastbound. That's mostly between 84th and 60th Streets. And maybe just a slight delay still lingering on 94 eastbound just past American Family Field. And taking a look at your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Partly cloudy skies tonight, a low of 66. Tomorrow, partly cloudy and humid. A chance for showers heading into the evening, a high of 82. Wednesday, mostly sunny skies, a high of 80. Thursday, mostly sunny again, a high of 82. On Friday, partly cloudy skies with a slight chance for showers or storms, a high of 75. Right now in Madison, it's 77 degrees. In Green Bay, it's 78. In Waukesha, 76. And in Milwaukee, it's 74 degrees. I'm Jessica Gatso, Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:32.
Is life insurance still on your list from earlier this year? Now is the perfect time to just get it done. A buddy told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I added this to my list this year and got it done. I called SelectQuote and was shocked at how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $18 a month. My wife's also 40 and her $5,000 policy was only $16 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, no medical exam was required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Checking this off my list felt great, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-280-5858 for your free quote today. That's 1-800-280-5858. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-280-5858. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
It's Mike with Infinity Exteriors. I've seen it all, Wisconsin. Sketchy sales gimmicks for low-quality windows, siding that costs more than a new home, fly-by-night roofers. 60,000 happy customers made a better choice. Infinity Exteriors roofing, siding, and windows all come with our lifetime workmanship warranty, no overcharges, and transparent pricing. At Infinity Exteriors, we're on a mission to save our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Ready to refresh your look this August? Stock up and save at Anton Salon and Medical Spa in Delafield. Buy one medical-grade skincare or professional hair care product and get the second 50% off. Choose from trusted brands like Skin Better Science, Moroccan Oil, Aveda, and more. This special ends August 31st, so don't wait. Not sure what's right for your skin or hair? Anton's experienced team offers complimentary consultations to help you find the perfect products. Visit Anton Salon and Medical Spa in Delafield today and discover your best look yet.
Every child deserves someone who won't give up on them. That's what LaCausa's treatment foster care program provides.
She just made me feel like I could breathe. At the end of the phone call, she said, "I love you." And I'm like, you don't even know me, but I felt like she did love me. It just let me know everything's gonna be okay. Like everything is gonna be okay.
One caring adult can change a child's life. Learn how you can become a foster parent with LaCausa at lacausa.org.
It happens without warning. And when it's a truck crash, everything changes. Trucking and insurance companies know how to protect themselves after a crash. Call Gruber Law Offices and let us protect your rights. Never take on the insurance company alone. We've got the knowledge, skills, and resources to fight and win. And you pay nothing up front to get the help you need. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx is back on WTMJ.
Doesn't that music get you in the mood for some jazz? And if you are in the mood for jazz, boy, oh boy, are you in the right place in Milwaukee this weekend. With me from the Fresh Coast Jazz Festival is the CEO, Carl Brown. Carl, we were just hearing some Spyro Gyra morning dance.
Getting everybody primed.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sandy. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Tell us who's playing at the Fresh Coast Jazz Festival.
We got a fantastic lineup. We work really hard on that. We have opening on Friday. We have Eric Essex, and Eric is a great guitar player who's got a song that's climbing up the contemporary jazz charts as we speak. After Eric is Candace Springs, and if you know anything about Candace, she was discovered by Prince a few years ago, or several years ago, and she's a wonderful pianist and vocalist with her all-female band. They're just awesome. Then Spyro Gyra will headline on Friday night. Then on Saturday, we have Marquel Jordan. Marquel phenomenal saxophone player and vocalist, spent 14 years touring with the likes of Brian Culbertson and Rick Braun. So really top names before he stepped out on his own and he's doing his thing. Jared Lawson, Jared is going to be a lot of fun. Jared is going to be one of those sleeper picks for people who maybe like have not heard of him yet, but he is doing phenomenal. He's a keyboardist and vocalist. And then we have the legendary Jonathan Butler, who has had hits all over the world, was the first person of color to have his music played on apartheid era South African radio. And
a history maker.
Yeah. And Jonathan's been he puts on a fantastic stage show. So we're really excited, as we always are, about the lineup.
And how long have you had this lineup booked?
Yeah, so we start early.
Yeah.
So Candace and I were joking the other day, we booked her 2 years ago, right, for this year, right? Most of the time, we book our artists about a year in advance of the festival. So that's typically.
I was saying, because we've been discussing having you in as a guest since February, because I love that for as much as this city is known as the city of festivals, and where there's different cultures, and we're known for the world's largest music festival with Summerfest, for us to have the Fresh Coast Jazz Festival is wonderful. How long have you been part of the Fresh Coast Jazz Festival?
Yeah, well, my wife and I started the festival. The idea came to us in 2017, and it was really, my father, who unfortunately passed away, but in one of our last conversations, he was giving me instructions on how to live life after he passed away. And what he said to me was, son, I want you to always remember to think of others more highly than yourself, right? And that sat with me for a couple of years. I did not know what that meant. We had started a scholarship fund in my parents' names just to say thank you for all the things they had done for us.
Aww.
And in 2017, we're sitting at the Indianapolis Jazz Festival. My wife leans over and says, this is what we should do to honor your mom and your dad. We should start a jazz festival and have the proceeds go to charity. And that's how Fresh Coast was born.
What a wonderful story. And tell me about your charitable involvement.
Yeah, so we do a lot of different things and really a couple of different areas. One, we really believe in helping our area youth, right? And so a lot of the things that we do are targeting the youth. So we do scholarship programs. We've given out 14 scholarships so far. Every year we provide grants to area schools to support their music programs. We do career days with young people, high school and middle school age kids, where companies that sponsor the festival, we arrange for students to go to those companies and learn about their careers. So this year, a group went to Zizzo Group to learn about the advertising industry. Another group went to Laffey, Lightner & Good, a law firm, to learn about the legal profession, right? We provide backpacks full of school supplies. We send kids to music camps. And every year we do, on the Thursday opening the festival, we ask one of these great artists to come in early and volunteer. We do a benefit concert for kids and families receiving treatment at Children's, and we give out about 100 gifts of comfort to those kids. And so it's a real, it's the soul of what we do, the philanthropic work, and that notion of thinking of others more highly than self is really the river that runs through everything we do.
Carl, I love that you use the word soul. I mean, that's just truly like, what a great gathering of musicians. If you just called it the Fresh Coast Jazz Festival, had some sponsors, called it a day, it's a great event.
Yeah.
And you have some cruises and some other fun events. We'll talk about those. But to know that you really are thoughtful about bringing the community together and giving back.
Absolutely.
And I love the connection beyond scholarships, but that career day is great.
It really
is.
is.
And it's meaningful for both the businesses who are supporting your mission to see the young people who are interested in music also interested in their next steps as a functioning adult.
No doubt about it. I mean, I'm a big believer that young people just need to see possibilities beyond their realities, right? And then the world is your oyster, and you can figure out that what you can do things that you never thought you were able to do if you're exposed to those things and those things exist and you see a pathway for yourself.
And for somebody who might not even think they'd want to be a lawyer,
exactly
when
right.
they go, this is what the office is like.
No doubt, no doubt. And
Yeah.
it was amazing. The kids did a mock trial, and these kids were stellar. It was like I'm sitting back, and the lawyers at the firm were kind of like, oh my gosh, I was never that bright when I was their age, and I know I certainly wasn't. So it's great to see. And the other thing we do too is like, when the artists come into town, we give every artist a letter that helps them understand the soulfulness of what we do and why we do. It's not just a gig. It's not just a gig for you. It's not just a gig for us. My wife and I decided, when we decided to do this, that we wanted to treat every artist like they were coming into our home when they came to Milwaukee to play our festival. And we've had artists, big name artists, like not do gigs in Chicago because they wanted to do us, because the community is small and they tell people that about the soulfulness of what we do. And there was one artist, the legendary Bob James. When he read the letter, he found me in the hotel and he said, "I told my band we got to be extra sharp tonight because of this."
Wow.
Yeah. Cool.
I love that you're helping these musicians step it up as well.
Yeah,
You're helping
absolutely.
everybody elevate their game.
We hope so.
Carl Brown, CEO of the Fresh Coast Jazz Festival, is my guest. And next, we'll find out even more about what is planned for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday here in Milwaukee, all surrounding the music. Keep it here on What's on Tap.
Lake Geneva. It's where families have been making memories around the water for generations. Lakeside resorts and spas, award-winning restaurants, and charming shops are just the beginning of an unforgettable summer getaway. Lake cruises, boating, and beach lounging let you soak up the sun, water, and family time. Hike a lakeshore path, stargaze from an iconic observatory, or soar above it all in a hot air balloon. Go ziplining, visit an animal safari, or see dancing horses. Start making your memories today at visitlakegeneva.com.
Tune in Saturdays at 6 a.m. for Legally Speaking with Kirsten Hildebrand. Hildebrand Law. Legal talk without the filler and straight to the point. Miss the show? Catch the Legally Speaking podcast on WTMJ.com.
Whoop, just doing some roofing on another lovely Wisconsin day. No gimmicks, no shortcuts, it's just roofing done the old-fashioned way. Do you need shingles? Let's mingle. For a Wisconsin tradition never dwindles. So raise a glass, shake a hand for this old-fashioned brand. Whoop, that's old-fashioned roofing.
Wet basements and foundation problems? For over 20 years, Accurate has been the fix-it show's trusted experts in foundation repair and waterproofing. Whether it's cracked walls, drain tile issues, or water in your basement, they've got you covered. Don't wait until the problem gets worse. Call Accurate Basement Repair today at 414-744-6900 or visit AccurateBasementRepair.com. They're not just good, they're accurate.
Are you slumpy?
Slumpy?
It's a made-up word to describe someone who's grumpy from a bad night of sleep.
Clever.
But Penny Mustard has discovered the cure for severe slumpiness.
Let me guess. A nightly dose of a double-sided hybrid mattress.
Made in Wisconsin.
And built to last 45% longer than the average unflippable model.
Ask your doctor about Penny Mustard. Hopefully they bought their mattress here too, because who wants a slumpy doctor?
Find a showroom near you at pennymustard.com.
I'm Vince Vetrano, joined today by Dr. Corey Casper from Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin.
So we treat a lot of joint issues, cartilage issues, also issues with tendons. So if you've got a knee that's just been bugging you, and maybe you've seen a doctor or two and they haven't given you many options outside of some steroid injections or surgery, that's where we come in and find other treatment options that may help your knee feel better.
Get started online now at orthowisconsin.com.
Welcome back to What's on Tap on WTMJ.
You are hearing some smooth sounds that you can hear at the Fresh Coast Jazz Festival that is happening Thursday, Friday, and Saturday here in Milwaukee. CEO of the Fresh Coast Jazz Festival, Carl Brown, is with me. Carl, who are we hearing there?
That was Eric Essex, and Eric is a fantastic guitar player from Birmingham, Alabama, and he's excited to be here. He's got a song that's moving up the contemporary jazz charts as we speak, and he's a fantastic artist.
And I like that you have people who are really active in jazz now in the scene, but also Spyro Gyra. 50 years of Spyro Gyra?
Absolutely.
My stars.
Every year we try to mix it with some of those legacy artists like Spyro Gyra, but the up-and-coming artists, that are really kind of taking the category by storm. And so that way people get to hear the ones that they love, but also get introduced to some new stuff that they fall in love with as well.
Yeah. So a Pabst Theater Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Thursday, you have something called The Pairing, a wine tasting event. Tell us about music and jazz together. Music and jazz. Tell us about wine pairing with jazz.
It's an absolutely fun event. So you get there. It's at the Fitzgerald downtown. You walk in, you'll be handed a glass of bubbly, and you will be serenaded with music by Christopher's Project. And then we will go into our wine pairing, where we are pairing wines with the music of George Benson, who everybody loves.
Give me the night.
Yep.
That's going to be a red wine, doesn't it?
It is going to be a red wine. See, you're smart, Sandy. You know it. But we've got 4 different varietals that we'll be pairing with mini sets of songs. So the wine educator will talk about the wine, and everybody will get their taste. And then the band will go into the 3 songs that we've paired with that tasting, and we'll explain the properties and why we paired them with those songs. We'll do that 4 times through the night. Everybody will have charcuterie on their table, and it's just a great time.
What
it's
a creative experience!
Yeah, it's a cool experience.
For
it's
all
a lot
the
of fun.
senses.
It's a lot of fun.
So that is Thursday at the Fitzgerald, and then
Mhm.
Friday, that's what we're talking about, the contemporary of Eric Essex and the legacy of Spyro Gyra. Who else is on the bill on Friday at the
Yeah,
Pabst?
we have the phenomenal Candace Springs also on the bill. Like I said, Candace was discovered by Prince, but she has played all over the world. She has an awesome 3-piece band, all ladies who are just unbelievable musicians. But Candace has played with orchestras all around the world, and she is a wonderful contemporary jazz artist, but also someone who really plays in every one of her shows. There's an ode to the standards as well, which is really cool.
Yeah, to get that range is wonderful.
Yeah.
And then tell us about Saturday closing night of the Fresh Coast Jazz Fest.
Yeah, so Saturday we have some fantastic artists. Marquel Jordan, who's a saxophonist and a vocalist who spent many years playing with the likes of Brian Culbertson and Rick Braun, has stepped out on his own a couple of years ago and is just doing really, really well. I think he's had 3 or 4 number 1 hits already. Jared Lawson, who is a wonderful singer and keyboard player, his jazz is really cool because it's a bit of a fusion of jazz and R&B and old soul and a little gospel and a little hip hop, all of that fused into one.
Doing it his way.
And very unique, but a fantastic performer. And then the great Jonathan Butler. Like, I can't count how many jazz concerts I've been to, but Jonathan Butler is one of the best stage performers I have ever seen.
And that's saying something.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I feel like you've seen some good ones.
Yeah, I have. I've been fortunate. And we also, and we've still got a great ticket deal going on right now as well. So, like, for our friends that are AARP members, they can get $40 off select tickets with the code Music26. We've got about 50 of those tickets left, so if people want them, they should get on them right away.
Like music, the number 26?
Music and the number 26. You got it. But $40 off is a pretty good deal.
Yeah. Do they go to your website or the Pabst Theater website?
They can go to freshcoastjazz.com, and when they go, it'll take them to the ticketing portal and look for AARP, and just type in that Music26, and they'll answer a question or two, and then they'll get the discount.
Music26. And if for some reason you're like, wait a minute, what was that code? Just text me on the Siding Unlimited, WTMJ Talking Text line 855-616-1620. I'm happy to help you because this is such a unique and special event. And again, with all that you're doing to give back to the community and the jazz musicians going to play at Children's Hospital during their stay, you really are making an impact. I love this. And
thank you.
So that website, one more time.
freshcoastjazz.com.
And Spyro Gyra, I have chosen a song for the song you need to hear. I saw them 2 summers ago at Summerfest, and just great show, like everything that you would want. Just a great show. So I feel like Morning Dance is a song that will put everybody in the mood to go to the Fresh Coast Jazz Festival. When I say Morning Dance, what do you think of? What's the significance of that song to you?
It's a classic happy song, and it's what this genre is about. It's this melding of feel-good music that no matter what you're coming from, whether you had a great day at work or you had a not-so-good day at work, you listen to some of this music, you'll feel better. Morning Dance does that for me all the time.
Morning Dance is a song you need to hear by Spyro Gyra next, and go to the Fresh Coast Music Festival. Say hi to my guest, CEO of Fresh Coast Music Festival, Carl Brown. Wishing you a great fest.
Thank you so much for having me on today.
My pleasure. Spyro Gyra next on What's on Tap.
Visit the city where festivals take over the lakefront, breweries pour late into the night, and every neighborhood brings its own flavor. Milwaukee doesn't just host festivals, it owns them. With more than 100 every year, including the world's largest music festival. The lakefront views, incredible food and breweries, live sports, and nightlife that doesn't quit make Milwaukee a city built for unforgettable weekends. Expert guides at visitmilwaukee.org will help you plan every detail of your next visit. Get started today at visitmilwaukee.org.
Hey there, I'm Sandy Maxx at WTMJ, and another festival to look forward to in September is Three Pillars Fest. Saturday, September 19th from 11 to 3 at Three Pillars' beautiful Lake Country campus in Dousman. So much to do there. They have live music, carnival games, bounce inflatables, a classic car show, a petting zoo, rock climbing, a craft fair, fishing contest, and even the legendary rubber duck race down the Bark River. Of course, food and drinks, and absolutely free and open to the public. Three Pillars Fest is the kind of place where you're going to experience the fun, the warmth, and the community that makes Three Pillars such a special place to call home. More details, you'll find them at their website, threepillars.org/giving/events. That's Three Pillars Fest, Saturday, September 19th.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-885-3333. That's 800-885-3333.
You might not think of Burkhart for corporate uniforms and other business apparel, but you should, because a lot of businesses do. And it's because most times we're cheaper than our competition on the same high-quality apparel choices that the other guys offer, plus Nike and Under Armour that the other guys can't get. So for businesses and corporations, if you want your employees to look great while representing your brand, and you want to get your apparel for less, you can't beat Burkhart, your business uniform specialists.
You can't beat Burkhart. Get the help you need Saturday morning with How To Radio. At 7, it's the WTMJ Fix It Show with David Nason, featuring this week's guest, J.D. Griffith's Garage Door. At 9, plan your dream vacation with the Fox World Travel Show. And at 10, get financial guidance during Money Talk. Contact Annex Wealth Management for an unbiased review of your investments at annexwealth.com. How To Radio, Saturday mornings on WTMJ. You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx on WTMJ. And now, feast your ears. This is the song you need to hear.
Most blokes going to be playing at 10. These go to 11.
It's a feel-good song tonight by a band that you can see on Friday in Milwaukee. Spyro Gyra is headlining Friday at the 7th Annual Fresh Coast Jazz Festival at the Pabst Theater, and the Fresh Coast Jazz Fest is chock full of all sorts of performers, but these are the legacy guys that are performing over 50 years together, and this is really one of their signature songs. It's Morning Dance, the song you need to hear on What's on Tap.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station. No matter where you hear WTMJ, whether it be here,
So we are overlooking the bay. We're in the Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin mobile studios.
or there,
Here live in our Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin mobile studio.
catch us at home or on the go. Thanks to Fellow Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
In the Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin podcast studio.
We are live wherever you are, on the air and on the go. The Pella Windows and Doors podcast studio is live on WTMJ.com.
MPS families, school starts Tuesday, September 1st, and we're excited to serve you. If you haven't enrolled your child yet, now is the time. Milwaukee Public Schools offers free breakfast and lunch, the latest reading curriculum, and programs to fit every learner, including bilingual, language immersion, Montessori, special education, and more. Enroll today at mpsmke.com/enroll or visit us in person at 5225 West Fleet Street, Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Don't wait. Enroll today.
Bank 59 has a mission to make lives better. They make it a priority to give back to their customers, communities, and their employees. In fact, Bank 59 was just honored again by the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel as a top workplace. That makes 17 years in a row. Want to learn more about working with the great people at Bank 59? Visit bank59.com/careers. That's bank59.com/careers. Equal Opportunity Employer, member FDIC.
Get your final August plans in for Brewers Rangers Action Friday, August 28th through Sunday the 30th. Starting with the Cole Swindell post-game concert at Country Music Night on Friday, featuring a belt buckle with a special ticket. Then it's Jackson Churio Mania. Get the Churio Bowl giveaway Saturday, courtesy of 620 WTMJ. And get it on the Final Kids Cheer Free Sunday before summer ends. Kids get a Churio Height poster on Sunday, courtesy of Joy. Get tickets for it all at brewers.com.
For more than a century, Curative Care has been helping children, adults, and families across southeast Wisconsin navigate developmental disabilities and find the support they need to thrive. Curative helps families every step of the way, from early childhood through adulthood, connecting parents with resources, providing guidance during challenging times, and creating a community where people truly belong. If you know someone who may be looking for answers and support for a loved one with developmental disabilities, visit curative.org today.
It's the most wonderful time of year at Staples. They've got back-to-school supplies as low as 25 cents, up to 40% off select tech, and more at staples.com/back-to-school. Staples, that was easy.
Stay up to date with your trusted and relevant source in news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
At 7 o'clock, it's 75 degrees, partly cloudy skies tonight, a low of 66. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Jessica Gatso. The Milwaukee Police Department is reviewing new recommendations that Flock just announced amid growing abuse of the camera network.
It remains to be seen whether Milwaukee police will adopt any of Flock's recommendations, but the department has created a new audit system to identify unusual searches. MPD Risk Manager James Lewis.
Part of our audit is what helped catch the second officer. So in a sense, that audit and the robustness of it did work to catch additional bad actors.
Lewis helped design the new audit after the department's first misuse case. They even showed the system to Flock.
To say, hey, this is what we've done in response to these problems.
And what was the response?
You're the only department we know of that has this.
Jessica Ty, WTMJ News.
President Trump has threatened to expand the U.S. war with Iran, warning Oman, a U.S. ally, that he could bomb the Middle Eastern nation if they interfered with U.S. objectives in the critical Strait of Hormuz. ABC Chief Washington Correspondent Jonathan Karl.
Unable to put an end to the Iran war, President Trump today threatened to expand it, issuing a blunt and profane warning to a U.S. ally, Oman, saying he would bomb the expletive out of them if they interfered with U.S. objectives in the critical Strait of Hormuz.
No, I don't think they behaved very well, but we'd handle them very easily, just like we do others.
The threat comes as ship traffic through the strait is at a virtual standstill.
This comes as the Memorandum of Understanding between the United States and Iran has expired. An investigation is underway after human remains were found in Pima County, Arizona, not far from Nancy Guthrie's home. News Nation's Blake Berman.
A body has been found in the Arizona desert about 15 miles from Nancy Guthrie's home. The Pima County Sheriff's Department says the remains have been there for some time, as they put it. They go on to say that there is no indication that the remains are connected to the Nancy Guthrie investigation. Guthrie, of course, has been missing for over 6 months.
NBC Today show host Savannah Guthrie's mother was abducted from her Tucson area home on February 1st. The universities of Wisconsin are asking state lawmakers for $190 million to help freeze tuition for 2 years. The proposed 4-year tuition pledge would hold tuition flat for 2 years, then limit increases to the rate of inflation for the following 2 years. Board of Regents President Kyle Weatherly says without the state investment, avoiding tuition increases would be difficult.
We have the same inflationary pressures that every other business, every other organization in the country is under right now.
The Board of Regents is scheduled to vote on its budget proposal later this week. If approved by the board, the request would then still require action from state lawmakers and Wisconsin's next governor before funding could take effect. A Greene County cheese manufacturer has been fined more than $200,000 after pleading guilty to violating the Clean Water Act.
Federal prosecutors say Wisconsin Cheese Group released untreated wastewater from its Monticello plant into the municipal sewer system, disrupting the village's treatment facility 19 times over a 5-month period in 2022. Some releases exceeded the company's permitted pollution limits by more than 1,500%. A judge sentenced the company to 1 year of probation and ordered facility improvements. The company must also work with the Wisconsin DNR on future wastewater permits. Neil Doyle, WTMJ News.
Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:04.
I remember our very first online order.
That was a while back.
Yeah, the second came shortly after, and the build was slow.
But now today, our online orders are rivaling call-ins.
Well, we made our online ordering system pretty easy.
Yeah, it is easy.
Just simply log on to martyspizza.delafield.com, and you'll see how easy we've made it.
And soon, you can have the great pizza that's been making people smile for generations. Marty's Pizza in Delafield.
Because it's delicious.
Pizza. Do you remember when times were good? Well, they're good again. It's as good today as it was in the past. It doesn't get any better than that. Remember Marty's Pizza.
Hey, John Mercure here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. Their mission is to transform the culture of care. They specialize in caring for those with early to late-stage Alzheimer's or other related dementia symptoms, and they offer early memory loss classes to help you. They specialize in this area. It's kindness at the core, locations throughout southeast Wisconsin. It's compassion, it's empathy. It's Wisconsin-based and family-owned, always welcoming people to come tour and welcome their new residents. I've seen their places. They're top-notch. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living.
Welcome back to Ask Hasslis.
Are your employee-free Hasslis showrooms some kind of big viral prank?
We simply let you try our selection of Beauty Rest, Sealy Posturepedic, and more without commission-crazy salespeople breathing down your neck.
Sure you do.
And through Monday, get a free adjustable base with the purchase of a select Sealy Posturepedic or Beauty Rest mattress, plus free next day delivery.
So shopping at Hasslis won't make me TikTok famous?
Absolutely not.
Darn.
Find an employee-free showroom near you at hasslis.com.
Time for a WTMJ sports update from the Gruber Law offices. One call, that's all sports desk. Welcome back, Tucker Kraft. The Packers tight end returns to 11-on-11 work roughly 10 months after tearing the ACL in his right knee.
Now that I've gotten back to team reps, as I continue to accumulate reps, I hope I can continue to rise my game as well, take myself, to new heights rather than just return to pre-injury.
Kraft is trending towards suiting up for week 1 of the regular season. The Packers continue the preseason on Friday in Denver against the Broncos. And the Brewers begin the day with a 5-game lead over the Cubs for first place in the NL Central after taking 3 of 4 against the Dodgers. The Brewers begin a 3-game series with the Seattle Mariners Tuesday night. Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. All clear on the roads, no incidents and no delays.
Traffic is sponsored by the famous Fox and Hounds restaurant near Holy Hill.
Buy one dinner, get one free tonight at the historic Fox and Hounds Supper Club, including steak and lobster. And desserts are buy one, get one free. Tables are open, foxandhoundsrestaurant.com.
And taking a look at your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Partly cloudy skies tonight with a low of 66. Partly cloudy and humid tomorrow. Chance for showers and storms heading into the evening, high of 82. On Wednesday, mostly sunny skies, a high of 80. Thursday, mostly sunny again, high of 82. Friday, partly cloudy skies with a slight chance for showers or storms, a high of 75. Right now in Madison, it's 77 degrees. In Green Bay, also 77. In Waukesha, it's 75. And in Milwaukee, it's 75 degrees. I'm Jessica Gatso, Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:08.
Your need-to-know cultural snapshot of Wisconsin and beyond. This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee, a deep dive into all things intriguing, riveting, and entertaining. Now, here's your host, Sandy Maxx.
Welcome to this second hour of a supersized episode of What's on Tap, where you're going to find out some cool things because it is still summer around here and we are squeezing out all the fun. Friday is a new event called Afterlight up and down the Riverwalk from Wisconsin Avenue down to Erie Street. There are going to be a lot of interesting, artful things to do put on by New Walkie. So about half an hour, you will find out exactly what Afterlight has in store for you. And in our bonus hour, a very personal conversation with Gary Sinise. Yes, Lieutenant Dan Gary Sinise, the actor, musician, humanitarian. He is going to be back in Milwaukee next week, August 28th and 29th at Skylight Music Theater, because he is world premiering a concert based on his son's music, and he will do the presentation, but he chose Milwaukee to start this creative journey, which is a big honor. So you will hear highlights of my conversation with Gary Sinise in our 8 o'clock hour. And right now, if you love flowers, and who doesn't, especially in this warm time of year, have we got a festival for you on Sunday. Joining me now live in the WTMJ studio is Lindsay Leinenkugel. And before everybody gets distracted, yes, beer lovers, yes. that Leinenkugel, right?
Yep, that Leinenkugel.
But instead of hops, you are surrounded by flowers in your career. Where do you work?
Well, we like to say bouquets, not beer. And by we, I mean me. I work at Flowers for Dreams here in Milwaukee.
And tell us about the event that you have on Sunday.
So this Sunday is Milwaukee Flower Fest and Makers Market at the Ivy House from 10 to 2. So basically, you can come to the Ivy House and we will have 6 local farmers there where you can come pick fresh flowers from their farms, make a bouquet, and then head inside. And there's actually some vendors inside and outside. We have about 30 plus vendors this year. It was a hot ticket item. Everybody wanted to be a vendor, which was like the best feeling ever. We did this. This is our second year. The first year was incredible. The second year is only going to be better, and we're so excited.
What went right the first year?
Just the people and the atmosphere, and honestly, the weather was beautiful. It looks like it's going to be beautiful. Fingers crossed again on Sunday.
That's why it's indoors and outdoors.
Yeah, but it's just such a beautiful day of just like drinks and all the shopping and all of the flowers, and it's the best thing ever.
Well, we'll get more into what exactly you can browse and enjoy, because you even have music going on at Milwaukee Flower Fest and Makers Market on Sunday. But tell people what's truly special about Flowers for Dreams.
Yeah, and this actually does include Sunday, but every bouquet benefits an amazing local charity, is what we like to say. So 25% of our profits go back to a charity or a nonprofit in our own Milwaukee community. So it's really exciting. This quarter, we are supporting Teens Grow Greens. So that's our charity for this quarter, and we're really excited. We've supported them before, and we just love them as a nonprofit.
I have met some of the Teens Grow Greens youth.
Yes,
and
they're fantastic people.
It's great to see young people energized by growing.
It's amazing.
Because I feel like that's just in this world of immediate payoff and technology, this is, farming and agriculture and it's patience.
Yeah.
And
getting your hands
getting dirty. I was just going to say, getting gritty.
No,
getting dirty.
there's something about that, not being next to a computer all day and just, seeing your hard work pay off. It's awesome. Those kids are amazing.
Well, and I did print up the statistic that Flowers for Dreams really takes this seriously. $1,867,593 raised so far, donated to 200 local charities.
Yeah. So that includes Milwaukee, Chicago, and Detroit. But a large portion of that is Milwaukee. And that's been, we've been here since 2017 working and doing that for the community. So it's been really awesome.
What a wonderful way to make a difference.
Yeah.
And is there a moment for you since you've been at Flowers for Dreams where you've had that aha moment of, oh, this is exactly why I believe in this mission?
Oh, I've had that moment 150 times or more. There's everything, like you hear customer stories, and also people at all of the charity counts when you have a wedding, for instance. So all of those flowers go back into charity as well. So there's so many moments and touch points and stories that you hear from customers and the people that we support in the community. I think I've had that moment a million times, but we have workshops too that we hear a lot of those stories come back, and it's always very heartwarming to hear those stories.
I'm glad you're in the right place. I'm glad it wasn't just like, oh yeah, once I felt that way.
One time
Otherwise,
I
it's
heard
a
that.
whole lot of hard work, and I questioned myself.
Yeah, no.
So it's wonderful to know that it truly is part of the fabric of Flowers for Dreams.
100%, yeah. And I would say that a lot of my coworkers would say the exact same thing. So it's not just me on the radio tonight saying that, yeah.
Lindsay Leinenkugel of Flowers for Dreams with more details on all the sensations, because it's going to smell wonderful at the Ivy on Sunday.
Yeah.
Milwaukee Flower Fest and Makers Market. More with Lindsay and Sandy. Next on What's on Tap.
Do you suffer from moderate to severe slumpiness?
Slumpiness?
I've never heard that expression.
I know. I made it up.
What does that mean?
You know, when someone's hungry and angry?
Yeah, we say they're hangry.
Well, I've coined the term slumpy for someone who's grumpy from a bad night of sleep.
Clever.
But Penny Mustard has discovered the cure for severe slumpiness.
Let me guess. A nightly dose of a double-sided hybrid mattress.
It's just what the doctor ordered.
Penny Mustard's exclusive line of hybrid mattresses is made in Wisconsin and combines a steel coil spring center and specialty foam.
Our mattresses have been proven to last 45% longer than the average unflippable model.
Ask your doctor about Penny Mustard. They probably bought their mattress here too. Or at least I hope they did, because who wants a slumpy doctor?
Come see our selection of sophisticrafted, double-sided hybrid mattresses at Penny Mustard.
Find a showroom near you at pennymustard.com.
Flippable versions of what slumpy people want.
Every homeowner has a list. That roof, those windows, that bathroom you've been meaning to update. If you've been putting off home improvements, you're not alone. At Exterior Pros and Baths, they help homeowners upgrade their homes with beautiful roofing, siding, windows, doors, gutters, and bathrooms built to last. Right now, save up to $3,000 on your next project. Don't wait until a small problem becomes an expensive one. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com. Exterior Pros and Baths. Done right, built to last.
Stay informed with what's happening in the Badger State and beyond with Greg Matzik and Jessica Ty on Wisconsin's Midday News.
Today, after 60 years of being in business, Ridgeland Farm now closed, and I was here as the first bus pulled up with the final dog.
Join us each weekday from noon until 3 p.m. or catch up anytime on our YouTube page or the Wisconsin's Midday News podcast. This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx.
Milwaukee Flower Fest and Makers Market is happening Sunday at the Ivy House, put on by Flowers for Dreams. And Lindsay Leinenkugel of Flowers for Dreams is my guest, because you know how to throw a party.
I love to party, but this is one of my favorite parties of the whole year.
And why is this gathering of farmers and artists all in one space special to you?
Well, it's special to me because I've been working for Flowers for Dreams for 9 years. I've always wanted to bring the flower community and the makers together in one space. I just feel like it lends so beautifully to each other, just kind of supporting your community. And like, what's better than supporting your community with different makers and then different farmers that are growing your local flowers that you get, at any store. And Flowers for Dreams is no exception. So.
And these flowers are from local farmers, so they'll be Wisconsin grown.
Yes,
who are the farms that will be represented?
So some of the farms that we're representing are Little Local out of West Bend. We have Fernabelle Acres. We have Aromatic Acres, Kennecott Cuts, Clara Joyce. I'm missing one. I can never pronounce this one. Le Toll du Nord is, I think, how it's pronounced. But
It's like Fond du Lac. It's like all the other French type words we have. Shaniqua.
Exactly,
okay. Or is that a Native American? Just all of the cultural names. That's okay.
Sure,
There's no shame in that game. But I love that, again, Flowers for Dreams, because so much of the mission of Flowers for Dreams is to donate to charity and elevate the community, to support local farmers and be able to have them showcase their flowers. And I tell you what, few things make people happier than a bouquet. Have you ever surprised someone with, hey, take flowers home, and they've been, oh. Now, you might be asked, like, what did you do?
Yeah.
It might raise some suspicion.
Okay, that's a good point, yeah.
But they do bring joy. Do you have a favorite flower at this time of year?
Yeah, actually. So there's going to be a lot of dahlias at Flower Fest.
Ooh.
So if you're a dahlia fan, definitely get to Flower Fest because I think we have over 2,000 dahlias coming from all the different farms. So that's a fun fact.
It's going to be colorful and
Yes.
beautiful. It's just going to be for all the senses.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's going to
There's
smell
also-
fresh.
Yeah. Sorry to cut you off. There's also Lysianthus, sunflowers. I'm like trying to name everybody's favorite flower because there's so many. And this is the best time of year to get flowers too that are like locally grown and fresh because Wisconsin grows such beautiful flowers at this time of the year. So there's so many to choose from. Hydrangeas. I know everybody loves hydrangeas.
They do. Yeah. I have one in my front yard that blooms pink, and I did just trim that off and bring it in, and because they
You have
last.
to.
They're pretty hardy.
Yes.
They'll last for like a week.
They are. Yeah.
So you're getting us all excited about flowers, and you
Yes.
also have artists there because it is a maker's market.
Yes.
Are there
oh my
any
gosh, there's so many.
artists that because I do think this is a great, like I was just saying, nobody's going to be mad if you show up with flowers for a host gift or
Yes.
going home or swinging by your sister's or your mom's place or your dad's. Dads dig flowers
There's
as
plenty
well.
of stuff for
Yeah,
dads there too. Yeah.
Is there a gift item that you think is like, oh, people are going to go crazy over
100%.
or the,
So, oh yeah. Well, and honestly, I will say my mom came to this last year and she picked up a ton of gifts for people for the holidays. I'm like, that's actually a great idea. And now I'm going to go
Plan
into
ahead.
that. Yeah, I'll be shopping on Sunday. That's for sure. But we have a new vendor this year. Her shop is called Sun Milk. She does a lot of embroidered sweatshirts and hats that say Milwaukee and have like the Wisconsin flower. That's one example. We have Chase My Creations. Tootsie's Tea is a big one. We have some pottery. We have local candle pourers. We have an artist that will paint you on site, which is really cool. We have flash
You mean
tattoos.
like a portrait or paint me?
Portrait.
Okay, it was
Portrait. Yeah, just you. She's just going to paint Sandy Maxx, actually.
No, I meant like my skin. Like, I'm just gonna,
No, not a face painting. We don't have face painting.
You mentioned the wood, or excuse me, you mentioned the state flower.
Yes.
I did not know what our state flower was. I just looked it up.
It's a wood violet?
Yes.
Okay, I'm glad I got that right. I heard you say what I wouldn't have
I'm
guessed.
sure that several people do, especially after the Wisconsin State Fair, but I was like, I don't think I know what our...
It's a cool sweatshirt. I've seen the sweatshirt and I really want to get it. So I hope she has some for me on Sunday. But there's so many more. We have some local bakeries that are included. So if you're coming to Flower Fest, make sure you get there right when the doors open. We'll have coffee and some fun drinks for a nice Sunday morning with your gals. And we'll have bakery, snack items, and everything like that. So, it's just a fun day.
Good deal.
Yeah.
10 to 2, Sunday at the Ivy House, the Milwaukee Flower Fest and Makers Market. What about getting tickets? Because there's a ticket level where you actually get to take home a bouquet.
Yes. So we have entry tickets that we are selling online and at the door for $15. Then we're going to go into our bouquet tickets, which we have a petite bouquet ticket, which gets you the petite bouquet plus your entry ticket.
Mm-hmm.
So Then we have our standard, which is a standard bouquet plus your entry ticket. And then your grand bouquet, which is a grand bouquet plus an entry ticket. The entry ticket itself does not come with flowers. So if you want flowers, the best thing that you can do is order that bouquet ticket in advance or show up early.
How far in advance?
Today would be great. So the caveat there is that we want to be able to give our local farmers enough time to harvest their crops. So we have to be able to tell them how many
Here's
flowers
how much to
we
bring
need.
and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which
that
is
would
kind of
be-
the cool part about it. Honestly, it's like we want to be able to support them ahead of time, and
That's good communication.
Yeah, give them enough of an advance notice. Yeah.
And even if you're not going for flowers, it sounds like the shopping is going to be
Yes.
glorious, and you have live music.
Yes. Oh yeah. Well, and don't worry if you want flowers, you can come right away at 10. We are planning for those people that didn't necessarily buy a bouquet ticket in advance. So we did buy extra flowers. Don't worry. We got you covered.
Good.
Just
And-
come early.
Okay, so that
Yeah.
is Flower Fest, Sunday, 10 to 2 at the Ivy House, Milwaukee Flower Fest and Makers Market. And what's the best way to keep up with other events that Flowers by Dreams is hosting the rest of the year?
So right on our website, Flowers for Dreams, you can go to our events. Otherwise, our Instagram is very updated all the time with all of that. So that's Flowers for Dreams on Instagram.
Fantastic. She is Lindsay Leinenkugel of Flowers for Dreams. Glad to see you again, and thanks for making our summertime even more festive and floral.
Yeah, and we'll see you Sunday.
You know it.
Yeah.
I do.
I'm so excited.
This is a gal pal type outing.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think.
It
This-
is.
Yeah.
It is.
Especially now you say there's coffee there
Yes.
as well. So I think
and
that's,
kids are free under 7. I should have mentioned that before.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So bring your kids
Yeah.
and dogs. There were a ton of dogs there too last year, which I love.
Milwaukee Flower Fest and Makers Market on Sunday. Thank you so much, Lindsay.
Thank you.
And next, 2 concert announcements today. One for Hamilton fans and one for fans of one of the biggest brother musical groups of the 21st century. Details next on What's on Tap.
Keep the comfort in and the weather out with beautiful new windows and doors from Siding Unlimited. For ideas, go to our Siding Unlimited Instagram page. For a free estimate and honest price guarantee, go to sidingunlimited.com.
Hey, it's WTMJ Steve Scafidi.
And Kristen Bry of Point Taken.
Kristen, did you know that only 40% of Americans have done any estate planning and only 40% of those have been properly updated?
When it comes to wills, trust, and probate, there's a lot at stake. I needed someone who specializes in estate planning. At Walney Legal Group, that's all they do.
No intimidating lawyers. They just provide customized, friendly, easy experience. They call it lawyering the way it should be. So whether you need your estate planning reviewed
or just getting started, visit WALNYlegal.com.
Get started with your no-hassle refi checkup by clicking on the blue button at Accunet.com.
A well-placed mirror can be a decorator's best friend. And what I like best about adding a decorative mirror to a room is its ability to give it a bright, open feeling. It makes the most of a room's natural light, and that can give a real boost to your room's decor. So here are a few decorative mirror ideas that we can help you with. Say you have windows with a pretty view. Well, why not double your pleasure? Placing a large frame mirror directly across from a window that gets good light will give you great views from either side. Give your small apartment more space than meets the eye with a full wall mirror placed into a partially recessed wall. All you have to do is slide a chest or banquet in front of it, and the effect is subtle but very glamorous. This is Stacy Sinks with Less's Glass Service. If it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Less's Glass. Less's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lessglassservice.com.
When you run a team, you want great uniforms, and you know selling spiritware is vital. That's why Burkhart Sporting Goods will create a free custom website for you to sell your families and players the coolest spiritwear from Nike and Under Armour, as well as the basics, while helping you fundraise at the same time. We take the hassle out of coordinating your team's apparel and make shopping and buying easy. So when you need awesome spiritwear and uniforms for your organization, you can't beat Burkhart.
You can't beat Burkhart.
Vince Vitrano here, proud co-chair of UPAF's community campaign. Think about the performances that stayed with you this year. Milwaukee Rep, First Stage, The Symphony, or a powerful local production that moved you to your feet. Your gift to UPAF supports every one of these moments year-round.
funding local organizations, arts education, and access to performances across the community. Right now, Northwestern Mutual will match your new or increased gift of $1,200 or more. Donate today at upaf.org.
What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx is back on WTMJ.
Hey, welcome back to What's on Tap, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. Handcrafted, homegrown, world class. Discover more at visitmilwaukee.org. I am Sandy Maxx, and well, obviously, I'm a music fan. It seems I have stacked a lot of music in today's show, considering an interview with the Fresh Coast Jazz Festival CEO and other musical delights, starting with Gould and Yeager for the show. They will be performing at Milwaukee Night Market on Wednesday. So keeping that musical theme going, we have 2 concert announcements today and one for Hamilton fans. Leslie Odom Jr. is coming to the Riverside Theater June 3rd of 2027. It says, experience an unforgettable evening with Leslie Odom Jr., Tony and Grammy Award-winning artist. I love his voice. And it was almost 10 years ago. It was a while ago. He performed in Kohler, and he performs standards. He sings Hamilton music. He's just a joy to watch. He's quite captivating on stage. It's hard not to watch him. But think about all those songs from the American Songbook, and he sings some pop music, and of course won his Tony Award for his iconic portrayal of Aaron Burr. And he's very charming. He's one of those people where he enjoys being on stage and will tell you stories and has a great band with him. So if you want to enjoy Leslie Odom Jr. yourself, or you have one of the world's biggest Hamilton fans in your household or in your circle, make sure they know that Leslie Odom Jr., Riverside Theater, June 3rd of next year, of 2027. Looking ahead, tickets will go on sale on Friday at 10 for Leslie Odom Jr. back in Wisconsin. And the other concert announcement that Lindsay Leinenkugel of Flowers for Dreams, who just left, she's like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I need my tickets. Did you hear? The Jonas Brothers, have announced their The Burning Up Tour all over again this year. And they announced 45 dates, and Milwaukee made the cut, I'm glad to say, because, sometimes we don't get that first round vibe. And this time we will. Fiserv Forum is where you are going to want to be. November 1st, Magnus Farrell, the opening act, and they just had a bunch of sold out shows at Madison Square Garden. So they went, if it works there, let's take this show on the road. And again, those tickets, just like Leslie Odom Jr. tickets go on sale Friday, so do the Jonas Brothers. And I would say don't sit on that one. I bet that's going to be packed at Fiserv Forum. So both Leslie Odom Jr. next June at the Riverside, and the Jonas Brothers November 1st at Fiserv Forum. Tickets go on sale Friday at 10. Stay with me to find out about Afterlight, a new art experience, Friday on the Riverwalk with New Walkie. But right now we go to the WTMJ Breaking News Center. Here is Jessica Gatso.
Thanks, Sandy. The Wisconsin State Fair concludes with fights and arrests. 7 people were taken into custody last night after multiple fights broke out in Spin City. Video on social media showing police officers chase after people as they tried to clear the area. Wisconsin State Fair Park confirms one officer was struck but was not seriously hurt. Police confirm there were no gunshots fired, dispelling rumors circulating on social media. No fairgoers were seriously hurt, and the fights were isolated to the final hours of the fair yesterday. One person is under arrest after a shooting leaves 2 people dead on the north side of Milwaukee. A 33-year-old victim and an unidentified victim were found with gunshot wounds near 31st and Cameron Avenue earlier this afternoon. Police arrested a 28-year-old suspect. Criminal charges are pending. Wisconsin is getting more than $140 million in federal funding for passenger rail upgrades. The U.S. Department of Transportation says the award will refurbish up to 41 Charger locomotives used on Amtrak routes in the Midwest and Pacific Northwest. That includes the Hiawatha Line between Milwaukee and Chicago. Federal officials say the funding will improve rail safety, address repair backlogs, and modernize passenger service. Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. Looking mostly clear on the roads right now, not seeing any major incidents or major slowdowns. And time for your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Partly cloudy skies tonight, a low of 66. Partly cloudy and humid tomorrow, a chance for showers and storms heading into the evening, a high of 82. Wednesday, the sunshine returns, a high of 80. On Thursday, mostly sunny again, a high of 82. Friday, partly cloudy skies with a slight chance for showers or storms, a high of 75. Right now in Madison, it's 76 degrees. In Green Bay, it's 75. In Waukesha, it's 73. And in Milwaukee, it's 74 degrees. I'm Jessica Gatso, Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:32.
For 176 years, St. Vincent de Paul Society of Milwaukee has been neighbors helping neighbors, working to eliminate poverty and hunger with compassion and dignity. When families face hard times, our volunteers step in. Over 600 trained volunteers ready to meet people where they're at, in their homes. And that's what our Neighbors Helping Neighbors home visit program is all about. Volunteers travel in pairs, listening first, then offering personalized support. They provide families and individuals with things like furniture, beds, food, clothing, and connect them to vital community resources, help that provides stability during challenging times. These home visits don't just address an immediate need, they help create a safer, more stable future for our families and individuals in our community. Last year alone, St. Vincent de Paul Society volunteers completed nearly 11,000 home visits across Milwaukee County, serving those who need us most. Together, we are neighbors helping neighbors. To learn more about our mission or get involved, visit svdpmilw.org.
Son, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. And eat pizza.
Preferably a Marty's Pizza, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, we do everything we can to keep the prices low. We're a family-run business, and many of our employees have families. I want to make sure that as tight as it gets, a growing family can always afford to enjoy a Marty's Pizza.
Marty's Pizza in Delafield.
And martyspizza.net for easy online ordering.
Register online for Red Card Loyalty, and after 15 pizzas, you'll get your next one free!
Marty's Pizza. Do you remember when times were good? Well, they're good again. It's as good today as it was in the past. It doesn't get any better than that. Remember Marty's Pizza.
Do you want the economy mulch or the premium? The only real difference is that the premium mulch has thicker strands, while the economy mulch is finer. But the colorant we use for both is of the highest quality, and that's why the color of our mulch lasts longer. And our mulch comes from trees, not pallets, and we process it all in-house. That's why our prices are so low. Erickson's Landscape Supply, high-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection. At Erickson's Landscape Supply, we have durable, maintenance-free polywood patio furniture and #1 grade treated natural pine Amish-made patio furniture. And we also have a wonderful assortment of concrete benches, statues, and fountains available in a selection you just gotta see to believe. Erickson's Landscape Supply, high-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less, plus a whole lot more. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection or stop on in today.
Welcome back to What's on Tap on WTMJ.
Because we need more fun things to do in Milwaukee that are unique and creative and interesting. Friday, going to scratch your itch with an event called Afterlight, which is actually the big finale of Milwaukee Downtown's Employee Appreciation Week. But you don't have to be working downtown to enjoy this. This sounds like such a fascinating event. And so to tell us all about it from Milwaukee is the CEO and founder, Angela Damiani. Angela, how are you?
I'm great. I'm so excited that we're finally here. We're only a couple days out before Afterlight.
And so tell us exactly what Afterlight is.
Absolutely. Well, I would say the easiest way to describe it is like a night you've never been to in downtown Milwaukee. A couple of months ago, we decided we wanted to gift the city of Milwaukee sort of a love letter. You know, nights in the summer are just particularly beautiful, you know what I mean, in Milwaukee.
They're
and
precious,
we love the Milwaukee Riverwalk. We think it's sort of this like hidden in plain sight gem of our downtown. And so we let the Riverwalk kind of speak to us in terms of what will be presented. And we had an open call for artists, mostly filmmakers, although we had all kinds of different performers submit as well, to give us their version of what they love about Milwaukee.
Okay.
And we had the weirdest collection of submissions. But honestly, it was quite, talk about like a creative itch, quite inspiring to see, all right, this is what people love about the city of Milwaukee. And we took a page blending what we love about the Riverwalk, which is a lot of different textures, right? It's downtown. It's in the 3rd Ward.
It's right on the water.
It's right on the water. There's public boat slips. There's little pocket parks. There's interesting little curvy stairways that go to nowhere, right? There's like a lot of interesting built-in infrastructure.
And you're sometimes underneath because there'll
exactly,
be a bridge
the
over
overhanging
you, so kind
bridges.
of like tuck in away.
Absolutely. And we tried to pair the submissions from these filmmakers to spaces that would be best viewed. And then it's not like a proper film screening. You're not going to be sitting for maybe any part of this experience, but you will be immersed in whatever's being represented. So for instance, underneath one of the bridges, we're going to have an underwater scene, and the presentations that'll be in that space are all around Lake Michigan. And so you can imagine sort of a Ariel style under the sea moment.
Yeah.
And I won't tell you much more about it, except that you'll have to literally walk through this and be totally surrounded by it in order to consume the film that's on presentation.
And I love that sometimes it is indescribable, and it is the joy of discovery. Because there will be people, like I'm a checklist person, who I will start at Wisconsin Avenue and I will go all the way down to Erie Street and try and check off, see as many artists as I can. And then there are the other people who are going to join at some intersection and go, what is that I hear? What is that I see?
Yeah, exactly. No, and if for those of you that want to know, there are 12 exhibitions. And there is a map on our website. If you go to milwaukee.com/afterlight, you can go through and see the exact times and when things will queue off.
It's a very interactive map. It's great. You can even sort with food and drink and different entertainment. So it's a very thoughtful map as well.
If you want to make a plan, I would suggest starting on the northern end on Wisconsin Avenue and making your way south. As the evening progresses, the northern end installations will end a little earlier. They'll end around 9, and the more southern installations will end at 11. And so
starts at 6:30.
Starts at 6:30. It's a long time, but you're going to be surprised at every single turn.
Angela, I love how you've described this so far. It's called Afterlight, a night of creativity in motion. What was the intention behind that? Because it sounds like you've got film projections.
Yes, it was meant to be a little bit of a play on the words, right? Because the primary form of art representing is, motion pictures. But the idea was that you're going to have to move through the city of Milwaukee in order to actually experience all of it. And I will say it's not just films that are being screened. So we are also partnering with the Riverwalk Commons Music Concert Series outside of the public market. They are hosting several different bands throughout the evening. We have several different DJ sets. A group called Sentient Hive, whose mission is to make the world dance, is going to put together, I would call it like a pop-up disco in the alleyway just north of Erie Street. And so there will be other things that will make you move throughout the evening.
I like that
as well.
a lot. And again, it's embracing summer here in the city, in Milwaukee.
Exactly.
She's Angela Damiani of Milwaukee, and there's still more to share about this unique Afterlight event that is on Friday from 6:30 to 11 and is part of the Milwaukee Downtown Employee Appreciation Week festivities and activities celebrating creativity. Stay with us here on What's on Tap.
Have you been living with pain and just assuming it's something you have to just live with and accept? Do not. I'm Julia Fellow with WTMJ. If chronic pain is keeping you from enjoying life, I want you to head to Jens Family Chiropractic in Germantown. Jens Family Chiropractic is now offering soft wave tissue regeneration therapy. It's an advanced, non-invasive treatment. It helps your body repair itself naturally. I'm getting that done on my lower back. Soft wave stimulates healing, improves blood flow, and activates your own body's repair cells to target pain at its source. If you're dealing with knee pain, shoulder pain, back pain, do not wait another day. For a limited time, your first Softwave treatment is just $57. This is an incredible opportunity to find out if this breakthrough therapy can help you get back to the things you love, like it did for me. Head to jensfamilychiropractic.com. That's YENTZ familychiropractic.com. Regenerate, recover, live pain-free at jensfamilychiropractic.com.
The first thing I thought about is, what am I going to do?
Peggy and Willie were injured when a driver ran a stop sign.
I was injured pretty bad, and they rushed out to me and made sure that I got the medical attention that I needed to make that recovery. One call, that was all, and everything went well.
Here for you 24/7. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
So I was talking with another real estate agent who has been in the business even longer than I have, with a couple of other big name companies. He was talking about how it's tough to compete with us because we have good agents and we charge less commission. And he even said that he lost a few listings to us, and it always bothered him because he realized that he was doing everything that we were doing, but he was charging more. We do charge less, and we do everything that a full-service agency does, because we are full-service real estate agents. The only difference is we give you our very best commission rate up front. You do pay for what you get. And with Century 21 Benefit Realty for 1.9% on the listing side of your home, with a cap of $19,000 commission on any size home, you can get full-service experienced agents, MLS marketing, professional photos, even virtual walkthroughs, and everything you get from any other big-name agent, all under the umbrella of the Century 21 brand. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting WTMJ.com/contests. That's WTMJ.com/contests. For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional grade products you need, delivered when and where you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx on WTMJ.
Welcome back to What's on Tap. I am Sandy Maxx, joined in the WTMJ studio by Angela Damiani. She is the CEO and founder of Newwalkie, who is bringing us a free Friday night experience like no other called Afterlight, Creativity in Motion. That's almost it.
That's exactly it.
Oh, okay.
I feel like you nailed it.
Well, I'm so excited by this event. It's so unique. It's a way to stroll up and down the Riverwalk, all the way from Wisconsin Avenue to Erie Street, to experience and discover different creative expressions by a wide variety of artists. Are all the artists local?
They are, actually. They're all from Wisconsin. Most of them are from Milwaukee.
And so, in expressing your theme is all of these artists expressing their love.
Their love for the city of Milwaukee.
So it's a love fest, but of a very unique sort. And there will be projections, there will be music,
installations, dance performances. You actually will have a chance to go into one of the vacant spaces that are along the Riverwalk and write your own love letter to a stranger in Milwaukee. So if you'd like to actually participate and contribute what you love about Milwaukee, you can as well.
That's an interesting interactive experience. And really, what is we'll talk more about what is being featured at Afterlight, but what is the real mission and goal of creating this event?
Well, the primary goal is to obviously showcase the city of Milwaukee, to showcase what is a beautiful asset in our Riverwalk. But to be honest with you, I think the real impetus for Newwalkie was we wanted to create something that was really immersive. I think we spend most of our time and days living a digital life, behind a screen, behind a phone, in another Zoom call. And we think people are hungry for something that's more tactile, that's more interactive, that helps them literally feel more of their senses. And so this event will absolutely give people a chance to have that.
And I also think see the city in a different way, because you're talking about how many people really use the Riverwalk. Being based here at 3rd Street Market Hall, I've used it to get over to Skylight Music Theater before on a nice day.
Of course.
Cutting through and getting a 3rd Ward, but it's not my usual route. And I always see something, oh, look, there's a duck in the river, or, oh, I hadn't seen this landscaping outside this restaurant or condo building, so it is I like the change of pace and the change of scenery. So it's a view of the city that a lot of people don't typically get.
They don't, and I don't think people realize all of the different parts of it. So there's part of it that's boardwalked, of course, in the 3rd Ward, but it actually runs the length north to south for the city of Milwaukee into downtown. And that part is much more curious. The sidewalks are a lot wider. The buildings are a lot bigger. And so we're hoping that some of the installations we've built will also accentuate some of the physical characteristics of our city.
And what are some of the more unique, eye-catching art exhibitions that
So
will be
I'll tell
happening?
you some of the things I'm very much looking forward to. We have partnered with an artist named James Walsh, who has built something called the Rift Raft, which is a life-size pirate ship.
Oh!
Yes.
Well, you have my attention now.
Exactly.
Where will the Rift Raft be?
That'll also be on the Riverwalk Commons right across from the public market.
Ahoy.
And we will have a pirate, well, I should say a black light neon pirate motif happening there, in addition to Anja Sager's Shocking Milwaukee Moments live puppet show being projected onto the sails. And so
on the sails.
Onto the sails of the pirate ship. Yes.
That is an unexpected view. That is going to be a delight.
It absolutely. Well, I think that'll be something if you just happen to be out to dinner and not listening to this segment, that definitely draws you into the experience. And that's the hope as well, that obviously we've been promoting this for several months, and we love our partners between the public market and their Riverwalk Commons, as well as Milwaukee Downtown's Employee Appreciation Week, helping us get the word out about this. But I hope some people have no idea that this is happening and they just literally stumble into a blacklight pirate ship.
I do too. That really is the joy of experiencing summer nightlife.
Exactly.
And embracing the city and being willing to wander and explore and embrace these unusual situations. And then you also mentioned that there was like a vacant spot that you're going to have this. What other goals of Afterlight are there to turn people on to the Riverwalk?
That has been a curiosity for us. We were inspired by the physical exterior motif of the Riverwalk, but as we've been planning this event, it turns out no one entity owns our Riverwalk. Some of it is owned and managed by the city. Some of it is simply managed by the city. Some of it is there's several different business improvement districts and a neighborhood association and a Riverwalk district. And then there's all the private property owners.
Takes a village, Angela.
It literally takes a village. And we had to get permission from all of those entities in order to have this come to life. Which I'm not complaining about, but has allowed us to be on the Riverwalk and become very well aware of how many vacancies there are. There is a lot of opportunity that sits on this incredible part of our Milwaukee real estate for people to build something new. And we have several property owners who've agreed to let us use their vacant spaces to create something really unique and special. So one of the exhibitions is a piece called Thick and Sweet by Yin and Wang, and it's a story of their family being immigrants from China, moving here and starting a Chinese restaurant. And so you will be watching this film in what is a recreated Chinese restaurant. We're building a mini restaurant for you to be inside of while you watch this.
That's an immersive experience. That's an installation for sure. But that is interesting. So, because I feel like when people sell houses, like you always have to stage it so the possible buyer can imagine themselves in it. Maybe someone comes by and says, this would be a great spot for
why not for
a
me?
Restaurant.
Exactly.
Or for my business. So that is interesting. I think we think a lot of beautification for murals and for art installations, but to actually have it possibly turn into somebody else's dream is a nice idea.
Why not?
I love it. It is Afterlight. It is the finale for Milwaukee Downtown Employee Appreciation Week, Friday from 6:30 all the way till 11 at all these different creative locations between Wisconsin Avenue and Erie Street. Absolutely free. No reason not to stop in and at least see one of these creative expressions and exhibits, or you can be a checklist fiend like me. And it's like, I don't want to miss anything because it all sounds so cool.
Well, you better start right at 6:30.
Start that stroll. She is Angela Damiani of Milwaukee. What else? What other creative things does Milwaukee have planned? We will find out next on What's on Tap.
Oh, man, it's getting so expensive to dine out, but not at the Mineshaft restaurant in Hartford. WTMJ's John Mercure here. There is free pizza today at the Mineshaft. Every Monday, when you buy one pizza, you get a second pizza free. Buy 2 pizzas, get 2 free. Buy 5, get 5. You buy 100 pizzas, you get 100 pizzas for free. The best Monday dining value anywhere. Business owners and managers, bring in pizza for your loyal employees and clients. Your second pizza is free. Your employees are going to love it. It's great pizza. Coaches, bring in your team for free pizza. Your kids and grandkids can safely play in that huge game room. It's quietly tucked away from the dining area. It's big food. It's big fun. It's the Mineshaft. Order now for your employees and pick up your hot pizza shortly, or dine in the cool and comfortable Mineshaft restaurant in beautiful downtown Hartford or near the EAA in Oshkosh. Mondays are tough enough. Don't cook. Buy one pizza today, get one free. Mineshaft.restaurant.com. It's the amazing Mineshaft.
If you're in charge of uniforms and equipment, you want to get the most value for your team's budget. You want the most for your money, and you want the process to be easy. Because you already have enough on your plate. We get it. Burkhart Sporting Goods Team Outfitting Division is the best you'll find. With an abnormally high customer satisfaction rate and our own silk screening and embroidery facility for quality control. So if you want the highest quality team outfitting and incredible service,
You can't beat Burkhart.
Are you looking to upgrade your bathroom with a new walk-in shower or a new tub? At Abbey Home, we take everything down to the studs, pull the plumbing permits, and you have a brand new bath or shower in as little as 1 day. And to top it off, we're having our 16-year anniversary sale. Right now, get a free shower door with your new bath or shower. And if somebody asks you if you know a guy in the business, you can say no, but I know a girl. Go to abbyhome.com today or give us a call, 414-436-ABBY, 414-436-2229.
$1 doesn't buy much unless you're spending it at Griffin. For just $1 over cost, you can buy brand new tires from us. This is Jim Griffin. Any major brand, $1 over our cost with free tire repair and lifetime rotation. We'll even show you the invoice to prove it. Our only requirements, we put them on for you. Buy one or the whole set. The dollar deal from Griffin, Milwaukee and Waukesha. Griffin, the buck stops here, but the deals on tires don't. That's Griffin.
Not combinable with other tire offers. This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx.
Friday night, absolutely free fun in the city. It is called Afterlight. Creativity in motion, which means you get to stroll up and down the Riverwalk downtown to experience all kinds of art thanks to Milwaukee. Angela Damiani, the CEO and founder, has collaborated with so many businesses and organizations up and down the Riverwalk to create this very unique finale for Downtown Employee Appreciation Week that Milwaukee Downtown is doing. But thank you. How would you characterize the gathering of artists that you have who are all creating something unique to express their love for Milwaukee and Wisconsin?
You know, I always think of our role. Milwaukee has been around since 2009, and we're an experienced design shop. So we get hired to help congregate people. And that could be for nonprofits that want to highlight their mission, or it could be for for-profits that want to attract talent or sell their wares. I think our secret sauce has always been through really deep and meaningful partnership. So this is a great example of that. I mean, dozens and dozens and dozens of partners have helped to contribute to bring Afterlight to life this week. But I think the thing that we're most known for is creating those little moments of curiosity. And I don't know how else to do that except through artists and makers who I think are the sort of unsung heroes of the city. They're the ones that create all the joie de vivre and the reason that we love this place, right? All the sparkle. They're the sparkle makers.
I love that phrase. And the things we were joking around in a chat where you're sharing that there's going to be the huge fluorescent-ish disco party pirate ship that will have puppet shows projected onto the sails right in the Riverwalk Commons near the Milwaukee Public Market. And, you know, I lit up as soon as you just even mentioned that. And I haven't even seen it yet. And you were talking about, like, but you didn't know you needed it until you know it exists. Now you need it.
Well, and I think
it just draws you to it. It's like, oh, this is what I've been missing.
Exactly. And I think our hope is to really, again, show stories that maybe are not the stories that you hear every day when you think about a love of Milwaukee. I think people each have their own version of what it means to choose this place and to make it our own or our home. But But I'm really excited to be able to showcase a ton of different artists and give them a platform to be able to show off what they love about this place and the way that they've expressed it. Because like I said, it's very multimodal, lots of different textures you're going to be able to go through.
And very individual expressions.
Exactly.
This is going to be a true unique experience. A great date night, a great gal pal night, a great time on a Friday to stroll the city and enjoy the Riverwalk. It's called Afterlight and 6:30 to 11. And again, absolutely free. Stroll all of it or some of it. You'll make a memory.
Absolutely. And if you're interested in checking out that map, you can go to milwaukee.com/afterlight to see everything we have in store.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure chatting with you. I'm glad to finally meet you. She is Angela Damiani, CEO and founder of Milwaukee. Thank you for keeping our city so vibrant and interesting.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. And I can't wait to see everyone on the Riverwalk.
We will get you to the bonus hour next. Chance to hear from Gary Sinise and why he is going to be back in Milwaukee next week at Milwaukee Skylight Musical Theater, August 28th and 29th. Hear Gary Sinise's special story about his son and his son's songs next on What's on Tap.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Welcome back to Ask Hasselus. I'm Weston. What's your question?
Is this one of those viral pranks?
Beg your pardon?
I think you promote Hasselus Mattresses employee-free showrooms just to lure me in so you can film a practical joke on me to go viral.
Sir, I assure you, we take employee-free mattress shopping very seriously.
What do? Tie me to a bed and spray me with silly string?
We simply let you try our selection of Beautyrest, Sealy Posturepedic, and more without commission-crazy salespeople breathing down your neck.
Good one.
Others sell a Beauty Sleep by Beautyrest Queen Elm Cove A mattress for $1,599, but Hasselus has it for just $794.
Sure you do.
And through Monday, get a free adjustable base with the purchase of a select Sealy Posturepedic or Beautyrest mattress, plus free next-day delivery.
So shopping at Hasselus won't make me TikTok famous?
Absolutely not.
Darn.
Open 9 to 9. Find an employee-free showroom near you or shop online at Hasselus.com.
Enjoy life at Capri Communities, where senior living's our expertise. Caring staff that help you when you need. Enjoy life at Capri, making friends and memories. Living life to the fullest, you will love your new home. Enjoy life at Capri Communities.
It's WTMJ's Debbie Loziga. Nobody likes backups, not on I-94 and definitely not in your own backyard. That's why I'm so glad we called Comfort Awnings. Now our outdoors time isn't delayed by rain or the scorching afternoon sun. One touch of a button gives us instant shade and shelter while also protecting us from harmful UV rays. So instead of heading inside when it gets too hot or starts to rain, we can enjoy the patio for longer. Don't let any more of the summer pass you by. Right now, get $200 off any awning or screen. Call 414-Awnings or visit comfortawnings.com.
Ready to refresh your look this August? Stock up and save at Anton Salon and Medical Spa in Delafield. Buy one medical-grade skincare or professional hair care product and get the second 50% off. Choose from trusted brands like Skin Better Science, Moroccan Oil, Aveda, and more. This special ends August 31st, so don't wait. Not sure what's right for your skin or hair? Anton's experienced team offers complimentary consultations to help you find the perfect products. Visit Anton Salon and Medical Spa in Delafield today and discover your best look yet.
Access Legal is now Pivot Work Injury Law, a new name that better reflects our sole focus on helping Wisconsin's injured workers. We have the same mission, the same team, and the same dedication to helping those hurt at work. Our team has handled thousands of cases, recovered more than $50 million for Wisconsin's injured workers, and remains committed to fighting for the benefits you deserve. If work has taken a toll on your body or your quality of life, turn to the team you already know and trust. Visit pivotworkinjurylaw.com today.
Breaking news as it happens. Stay up to date with your trusted and relevant source in news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
At 8:01, it's 74 degrees. Partly cloudy skies tonight, a low of 66. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Jessica Gatso. Road rage leads to a deadly shooting on the south side of Milwaukee. A 44-year-old victim was shot and killed near 10th and Lapham this afternoon. Police arrested the suspect, an 18-year-old woman. Criminal charges are pending. Dallas-based Jacobs Solutions could become the new operator of the Milwaukee Metropolitan Sewerage District.
An ad hoc committee recommended Jacobs for a new 10-year contract to run MMSD over Veolia North America, which has done the work since 2008. Veolia's work is under scrutiny from advocacy group Common Ground, who alleges the operator is mismanaging wastewater treatment facilities, allegations Veolia denies. A third-party audit of Veolia by MMSD is also ongoing. Monday's recommendation is not the final piece of the puzzle. The full MMSD commission will decide who between Jacobs and Veolia will receive the contract offer in September. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
Identifying the man found dead in Lake Michigan near Bayview Park over the weekend. The medical examiner says 68-year-old James Miller was found dead near the Oakleaf Trail. It's unclear how he ended up in the lake. Luigi Mangione's state murder trial was adjourned today after he pleaded guilty to federal charges.
Defense lawyers argue that the state murder case should be thrown out entirely by arguing that Mangione is being subjected to double jeopardy by facing both federal and state charges. The former Ivy Leaguer pleaded guilty to 2 federal stalking charges last week, admitting in open court that he killed United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Mangione was originally slated to go to trial on state murder charges in September, but his next appearance is now scheduled for December 10th as the judge weighs dismissing those state charges. Mangione will be sentenced a week later in federal court. Peter Haralambous, ABC News, New York.
New migration data shows Wisconsin is benefiting from people leaving neighboring Illinois, but the state still faces a looming workforce challenge. MMAC Senior Advisor Tim Sheehy tells Wisconsin's Midday News.
The 3 states that we exchange population with the most are Illinois and Minnesota, which I understand the proximity, and then this one threw me for a bit, Texas. In that exchange, we gain about 10,000 people a year from Illinois. We gain about 2,800 people from Minnesota.
Sheehy says attracting and retaining more workers will be critical as the state's working age population is projected to shrink over the next decade. The Jonas Brothers are bringing Burning Up back to Milwaukee this fall at Pfizer Forum.
Joe, Nick, and Kevin Jonas announced the 45-city North American tour today with a stop at Pfizer Forum on November 1st. Mangus Farrow will join them as a special guest. The tour brings back the spirit of the original Burning Up tour, which became a defining era for the band and its fans. The announcement comes after a big week for the Jonas Brothers, including their induction as Disney Legends and the premiere of Camp Rock 3. Tickets go on sale Friday at 10 a.m. Central on the Pfizer Forum website. Nizer Spencer, WTMJ News.
Sports traffic and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:04.
No frozen discs here.
Nope, our crust is all made from scratch.
I wonder how many miles of fresh pizza dough we've rolled out here at Marty's.
I don't know, James. Is it crazy to say it's got to be 1,000,000 miles or more?
It's been a long time since Marty started rolling the dough.
And our original sauce recipe is still intact since 1957.
Well, Dad, when it's good, it lasts.
Marty's Pizza in Delafield. At this point, it's an institution.
And Marty'sPizzaDelafield.com for easy online ordering.
Marty's Pizza. Do you remember when times were good? Well, they're good again. It's as good today as it was in the past. It doesn't get any better than that. Remember Marty's Pizza.
You know, most mulch is reclaimed from landfills, but Erickson's mulch is ground from whole trees. Yep, we process the mulch ourselves to keep the prices nice and low, and use only premium colorant so the beautiful look of new mulch lasts. At Erickson's, we never skimp, and that's why first-time shoppers become repeat customers. Erickson's Landscape Supply. High-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection. How do we keep our prices so low? That's easy. We've removed the middlemen. Yep, most landscape suppliers have a couple of them in there, and that's okay. But each one of those men in the middle means a higher cost for your mulch, decorative stone, flagstone, and boulders. Feel free to check around. For the quality of our products, you won't find better prices. Erickson's Landscape Supply. High-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection.
Time for a WTMJ sports update from the Gruber Law offices. One call, that's all sports desk. Tacklers wanted. Packers head coach Matt LaFleur says the competition at cornerback is open in Green Bay.
Obviously, it starts with doing your right assignment, and then it comes down to your style of play. How are you competing, going after the ball, not only in the pass game, but in the run game as well? Are you sticking your nose in there? And we need corners that are willing and capable tacklers.
The preseason continues Friday night in Denver against the Broncos. After taking 3 of 4 against the Dodgers in Los Angeles, the Brewers begin a 6-game homestand Tuesday night against the Seattle Mariners. The final game of the homestand will be played against the Atlanta Braves in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, as part of the MLB Little League Classic in conjunction with the Little League World Series. Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ time saver traffic. All clear on the roads, no incidents and no delays. And taking a look at your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Partly cloudy skies tonight, a low of 66. Partly cloudy and humid tomorrow. A chance for showers and storms heading into the evening, high of 82. On Wednesday, back to mostly sunny skies, a high of 80. Thursday, mostly sunny again, high of 82. Friday, partly cloudy skies with a slight chance for showers or storms, a high of 75. Right now in Madison, it's 75 degrees. In Green Bay, it's 73. In Waukesha, it's 72. And in Milwaukee, it's 74 degrees. I'm Jessica Gatso, Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:08.
Your need-to-know cultural snapshot of Wisconsin and beyond. This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee, a deep dive into all things intriguing, riveting, and entertaining. Now, here's your host, Sandy Maxx.
It's a bonus hour, and it's a big one. Gary Sinise, actor, author, musician, humanitarian, all-around decent guy. His connection to Milwaukee has grown over the past few years. He has a long-standing friendship with Michael Unger, the artistic director of Skylight Music Theater. And last summer, Gary Sinise and his Lieutenant Dan band brought a huge party to the Summerfest grounds. It was called Skylight Rock's Fun Show. There was even a conga line at one point, and it all benefited Skylight Music Theater because not only does Gary Sinise believe in helping veterans, he's got a long-standing passion for theater, as you know, as creator of Steppenwolf Theater in Chicago. Well, now Gary Sinise has come back to Milwaukee to Skylight Music Theater for another benefit for the theater, and also something much more personal. It is the world premiere of a concert called Graceful Warrior, August 28th and 29th, and it's music celebrating the music and life of his son, Maxx Sinise. And when Gary and I talked recently, we started with some good Milwaukee memories, and then I asked him about the remarkable musician who is at the heart of Graceful Warrior, his son. So this hour of What's on Tap, enjoy these highlights from this Zoom conversation that you can also watch on our WTMJ YouTube channel, and consider joining Gary Sinise when he's here in Milwaukee. I am Sandy Maxx. I am honored to have as my guest on What's on Tap, actor, author, humanitarian, musician, founder of the Gary Sinise Foundation, and now concert curator and creator, Gary Sinise. Thank you for joining me.
It's wonderful to be with you. Thank you.
It is good to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Before we get into our hearty conversation about how your world premiere, Graceful Warrior performances are bringing you back to Milwaukee, August 28th and 29th, tell me a couple of good memories you have from being here in Milwaukee last summer with your Lieutenant Dan band and the Skylight Rocks benefit show.
Oh gosh, we were happy to be there. It'd been a while since I'd been to Milwaukee, but coming back and playing at Summerfest to raise money for Skylight Music Theater and my buddy Michael, that was a real treat. And we were really thrilled with the turnout. A lot of people came out to support and to hear the band, and we had just come from, that was our fourth show that weekend, I remember. And so it was the last show of the weekend. We came from Fort McCoy that we played at the day before. So we were revved up and ready to go and all tuned up, and it was just a great show. I really enjoyed it.
We did too. It was a party. It's song after song, hit after hit from all kinds of different genres. Seeing you on bass guitar, and Gary, that was a conga line that didn't quit. It lasted. Usually they peter out, but that conga line lasted an entire song.
Yeah, the band is really good. We play a lot of songs that everybody knows and everybody loves. And when I put the band together, it's well over 20 years ago. I was just trying to put a kind of variety show together that, our young soldiers, service members could enjoy, our older veterans, the kids, everything. So we have a little bit of everything in our show, and it's always going from here to there. And we put in the conga song just to get everybody off their seats and running around. And it was wonderful to see everybody having fun.
Well, thank you for bringing people together on such a fun summer night for Skylight Rocks. And during Skylight Rocks last year, it was poignant and meaningful that you shared one of your son Max's songs during that show. And it really was a heartwarming part of the show. And now, Graceful Warrior, you are world premiering this concert experience to truly showcase the music of your son. So describe the music and what this Graceful Warrior concert experience will be.
Well, just to back up a little bit, our son was a tremendous musician and composer. I put him on the drum set when he was about 9 years old, and he could play right away. And he started playing all the way through elementary school and into junior high school and then high school. And then he went to USC Music School, went in as a drummer, and 4 years later he came out as a full-on composer and songwriter. Wanted to write for movies. He started touring around as a drummer to support himself after college. He came to work for the Gary Sinise Foundation in February of 2017. He was just getting a wee bit tired of being on the road. He was overseas with bands. He was around the country with different bands. And he told me, he told me it was getting kind of uncomfortable for him to play drums. It hurt to sit down and play drums for that long. And we were, we wondered what was going on. And so I said, well, get off the road, come to work for the Gary Sinise Foundation for a little bit, see how you like it. And he fell in love with it. And he just absolutely loved it. Loved the mission, loved hanging out with our veterans. He went on several trips with groups of 95-year-old World War II veterans down to the National World War II Museum. He became manager of our Education and Outreach Center. He managed and took care of my archive of memorabilia and artifacts and all these things that I've been given over the years.
That's the voice of actor and humanitarian Gary Sinise sharing the journey of his son Max Sinise as a musician and finding purpose, working alongside his dad at the Gary Sinise Foundation. But what initially seemed like that physical wear and tear of being a working drummer, it turned out to be something much more serious. And coming up on What's on Tap, Gary Sinise shares Max's cancer diagnosis and the moment years into that battle when Max surprised his dad by saying that he wanted to make music again. Keep it here on What's on Tap.
Don't miss out on the Labor Day sale at Ken Michaels Furniture. Our entire showroom of heirloom quality furniture is on sale. Enjoy factory discounts on exceptional brands like Norwalk, Bradington Young, Hooker, and our Amish dining and bedroom collections. Create a sofa, chair, sectional, or recliner as unique as you are with our thousands of customizable upholstery options. For unbeatable savings on better quality furniture, shop the Labor Day sale now at Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, and downtown. Do you love the simplicity and enduring quality of Scandinavian design? Then the Fjords Labor Day sale at Ken Michaels Furniture is for you. Fjords brings the best of modern Norwegian furniture design to your home. Save today on these ergonomic recliners, sofas, and sleeper sofas engineered with comfort and durability in mind. Available in a variety of shapes, sizes, leathers, and finishes to match any decor. Stop in today and save during our Labor Day sale at Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, and downtown Milwaukee.
Pickleball is America's fastest growing sport, and those courts aren't going to build themselves. Good thing PLM Paving and Concrete has been building courts long before pickleball was cool. For 60 years, PLM has been Wisconsin's trusted paving partner. Did you know for the last 15 years they've been building tennis, basketball, and pickleball courts too? Now that expertise has an official name, America's Sports Construction. Thinking about adding or resurfacing a court or have any pavement maintenance needs? Don't wait. Wisconsin's construction season is running out. Visit plmpaving.com/sports.
Want to stay up to date with the crew?
Chopper to third. Double play ball. Muncie goes to second one. On to first. Double play.
Tune in to Brewers Extra Innings with Dominic Catronio after every game.
For William, I don't know if what's best for him is sitting on the bench and watching the game, because at the same time that you want to get as much production as possible, you also need to get William Contreras going.
Or listen anytime on the Brewers All Access podcast feed. We are your home of the Brewers. WTMJ. What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx is back on WTMJ.
I appreciate you hanging out with me on What's on Tap, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee, handcrafted, homegrown, world class. Discover more at visitmilwaukee.org. And I am Sandy Maxx, sharing my personal and a bit emotional conversation with Gary Sinise ahead of the world premiere of Graceful Warrior at Skylight Music Theater next week on August 28th and 29th. Gary Sinise, the actor, the author, you know him. His son Mac was a gifted drummer, composer, and a songwriter, but persistent pain when he was just doing his everyday life, in addition to touring as a drummer, eventually led to the discovery of a rare cancer in his spine called chordoma. And as Mac went through the surgeries, the treatment, music became more and more difficult until 2023, Mac told his dad there was a piece he'd written in college that he wanted to finish. Here's Gary Sinise.
He was having so much pain just sitting down. He was carrying around a big cushion to just sit down on it. And we had been told that he maybe had injured himself, injured his tailbone or something, but
which you could imagine being a drummer, because I feel like a drummer is conditioned at such a physical performance.
Yeah, he had, on one of his road trips overseas, they went on a bike ride and he slammed on the brakes and it was excruciating pain. He jammed his tailbone into the seat. And it turns out that, my wife had had several spine surgeries, and I just asked her spine surgeon to take a look at Mac to see, what's going on, and he put him in the scanner and he found a orange size tumor wrapped around his sacrum on his tailbone, and it turned out to be this very rare cancer called chordoma. And Max started fighting that cancer in August of 2017. In September that year, he had that tumor removed, and May the following year, 2019, we found out the cancer came back, and he started into a very, very serious fight. And he just kept fighting and fighting. And he wasn't doing music because of the radiation and the chemo and the surgeries, and it disabled him very badly, to the point where he was, in a hospital bed in a wheelchair. He couldn't walk anymore. And the way he was dealing with it was so amazing. And he hadn't been thinking about music at all. And then in 2023, he said, "Dad, I've been thinking about this piece of music that I wrote in college, and I think I want to try to finish it." And that was just music to my ears, because he hadn't been thinking about that at all. And he went back to work on it, ended up teaming up with a buddy of his from college, Oliver Schnee, and by July 17th, 2023, they were in the studio recording this beautiful piece called Arctic Circles, and that can be seen at Maxx Sinise YouTube. You can go on his YouTube channel and you can see the recording session. That started him on a quest to record an entire album that year.
Oh,
And
Gary,
by
I don't want to interrupt, but Gary, that had to have absolutely thrilled you to be a parent and to feel so powerless and frustrated by this health journey. And you just shared how excited you were when at 9 years old, he was playing the drums and moved on. And then how excited you were to see how much he just jumped in with both feet with what you could call the family business with the Gary Sinise Foundation and just branching out and embracing that. So to see that, a glimmer of that creativity and light and passion to come back just had to have absolutely thrilled you.
it was incredible. If you go to Maxx and East YouTube and you look at, there are several videos on there, but look at the video called Arctic Circles, and you can see the look on my face hearing this music for the first time. He hadn't played any of it. He'd been working on it, getting it ready to go into the studio. And you can see, I mean, I just had tears rolling down my face. My daughter is there. We both were crying. My mom was there. Unfortunately, my wife couldn't be there that day, but it's incredible to see. And the feeling I get when I watch that video, I just transport back to the day that we recorded that and what that moment did for him, leading to the creation of an entire album of music that he called Resurrection and Revival.
That is Gary Sinise sharing his heartfelt account of his son, Max's musical journey after a terrible battle with cancer. And coming up, how one piece became more than that one entire album of Resurrection and Revival, the one Mac was able to finish just before he passed away, and how Gary Sinise began discovering there was much more music that his son had left behind. How you can experience Gary Sinise personally sharing Max's music here at Milwaukee's Skylight Music Theater August 28th and 29th. More of those details. Stay with me on What's on Tap.
Save big on everything for your next project when you shop at Menards. White elastomeric roof coating stops leaks and restores flat roofs. It lowers roof temperature by reflecting heat from the sun, helping you save on energy costs. And it's easy to apply with a brush, roller, or sprayer. Shop our entire selection of roof coatings today on Menards.com. Plus, check our weekly flyer for all of the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
A new deck from Outdoor Living Unlimited is built to last. We are Wisconsin's #1 TimberTech deck installation team. For amazing ideas, go to Outdoor Living Unlimited's Instagram page. For a free estimate, go to OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner. JamesImaging.com.
Are you worried about running out of money in retirement? Wondering about how to pay less taxes? Join me, Tony Drake, for the Retirement Ready Show, live every Saturday at noon and Sunday at 7 a.m. on WTMJ 620 or 103.3 FM. We'll talk about smart strategies to help you retire with confidence. Don't miss it.
Drake & Associates LLC is an independent investment advisory firm that offers a variety of different investment vehicles. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as individual investment advice. Drake & Associates LLC does not provide legal or tax advice. Past performance is not indicative of future performance.
You might not think of Burkhart for corporate uniforms and other business apparel, but you should, because a lot of businesses do. And it's because most times we're cheaper than our competition on the same high-quality apparel choices that the other guys offer, plus Nike and Under Armour that the other guys can't get. So for businesses and corporations, if you want your employees to look great while representing your brand, and you want to get your apparel for less, you can't beat Burkhart, your business uniform specialists.
You can't beat Burkhart.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Welcome back to What's on Tap on WTMJ.
Gary Sinise is returning to Milwaukee to visit for a special Graceful Warrior concert experience next week, August 28th and 29th at Skylight Music Theater. And I was able to have a hearty conversation with Gary Sinise, actor, author, humanitarian, to find out about his visit and why at Skylight Music Theater. And you can watch this full conversation. It's posted on our WTMJ YouTube live stream. But I wanted to share highlights from our chat with you in this bonus hour of What's on Tap. In the last segment, Gary Sinise described the moment his son Mac returned to making music after years of cancer treatment. And it was by finishing a song that he had written in his college years. And it was that experience that reignited Mac's creativity and kept him writing and recording. And those sessions became Resurrection and Revival, an album that Mac completed himself right down to the cover art and vinyl. And the record went to print just 2 weeks before Mac died on January 5th, 2024. But that was not the end of Mac's music. Gary Sinise picks up the story here.
What that moment did for him, leading to the creation of an entire album of music that he called Resurrection and Revival. And by the end of 2023, he had finished the music. He designed the album cover. He wanted to make vinyl records. And he finished everything. It went to print 2 weeks before he died. He died January 5th, 2024. The chordoma was it's a very serious and rare cancer. There's no cure for it. And he fought so gracefully, just with amazing courage, that over the past couple of years, I've been writing a book about him. And that book is called Graceful Warrior. And the book comes out in November. And since he did that first album, I discovered 2 more albums worth of music in his files. And so I've spent the last 2 years producing these records with his buddies and making this music come to life off of his laptop and into the recording studio and everything. And we have Resurrection and Revival, and then we have Resurrection and Revival Part 2 and Part 3. They're all available at the Gary Sinise Foundation, and you can download all these records. In fact, at one point last year, Sandy, before we had Part 3, we just had the first one and Part 2. Last May of 2025, for 1 week, both those records were among the top 10 most downloaded records on iTunes in America for that particular week. Parts 1 and 2 were number 6 and number 9 on the top 10 most downloaded on iTunes in America. It was incredible. And the vinyl records that we sell at the Gary Sinise Foundation, we've sold over 10,000 vinyl records with all the proceeds, as Mac wanted, going to support the mission at the Gary Sinise Foundation. So I want this music to be heard. And I reached out to my buddy Michael at Skylight Music Theater, and I said, what would you think about putting an event together at your theater where, I would fund renting an orchestra and coming in and playing a bunch of the music and letting me share about the book and Mac's story. And that's what we're going to be doing on August 28th and 29th at Skylight Music Theater.
When you reach out to Michael Unger, artistic director at Skylight Music Theater, who you've known all the way back to your Steppenwolf days, and you say, hey, I'm interested in doing this world premiere in Wisconsin, what's his reaction?
Well, Michael's a director. He's a director of music, does musical theater. He's been done, I don't know how many things he's directed, but quite a bit. And I thought, that would be a good place. It's a beautiful theater there. It would be a good place to kind of premiere an event that I hope will carry on beyond Skylight, and I'll be able to do it at other theaters around the country or with other orchestras around the country, because I want this music to be heard.
What Max Sinise began during the final year of his life has now grown into 3 volumes of Resurrection and Reveal, and into the world premiere of Graceful Warrior concerts hosted by Gary Sinise, who you are hearing in this interview. Gary Sinise at Milwaukee's Skylight Music Theater. Circle your calendar, August 28th and 29th for this very special performance. He will be on stage sharing these stories, and you will hear so much of this music that just truly means so much to Gary Sinise. But there's another remarkable part of this story. Gary didn't know just how much music Mac had left behind. And after Mac's death, Gary went through his phone, his computer, and just wound up finding all these recordings and fragments and different compositions that he didn't know that Mac had done. And he calls that chapter of his story A Discovery of Treasure. Gary Sinise continuing the conversation next on What's on Tap.
We did the math. When you buy bagged mulch from the big guys, you pay $50 a yard. Why pay more for inferior mulch? When you buy from Erickson's, you'll get premium mulch for almost half the cost. And you'll see that even our economy mulch is better, for less than half the cost of bag mulch. And either choice is made with premium colorant that lasts longer. Erickson's Landscape Supply, high-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection. Do you want the economy mulch or the premium? The only real difference is that the premium mulch has thicker strands, while the economy mulch is finer. But the colorant we use for both is of the highest quality, and that's why the color of our mulch lasts longer. And our mulch comes from trees, not pallets, and we process it all in-house. That's why our prices are so low. Erickson's Landscape Supply, high-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection.
Picture this, a perfect summer evening, great friends, and dinner on the patio overlooking a beautiful course. That's Racine Country Club. More than golf, it's a place to relax, gather, and belong. A new energy is here, and you're invited to experience it. From great food to unforgettable events, it's a lifestyle built around community. Whether it's a quick 9 after work, dinner with friends, or a weekend with family, Racine Country Club offers something for everyone, year-round. Discover what's new at Racine Country Club. Visit racinecountryclub.com.
Dad, who could say no to free pizza? Well, James, no one. Well, let's not get too ahead of ourselves. After 15 Marty's pizzas, your next one's free. Oh, those are always red letter days. And for a lot of our customers, that number comes up quickly. Marty's Pizza in Delafield, standing the test of time since 1957. And folks, in the pizza biz, the older you are, the better you are. Just log on to marty'spizzadelafield.com for easy online ordering. And after 15 Marty's pizzas, your next one's free.
Marty's Pizza. Do you remember when times were good? Well, they're good again. It's as good today as it was in the past. It doesn't get any better than that. Remember Marty's Pizza.
Step right up and see the magnificent Beck sofa at Penny Mustard.
What's with the circus getup?
Ever seen a clown car?
With clowns that keep climbing out one after another?
Exactly. The Beck sofa is Penny Mustard's clown car.
How so?
The Beck's appears to be a petite, apartment-sized sofa.
Yeah.
But it can hold contortionists, lion tamers, and the ringmaster too.
Step right up and see the Beck sofa, starting at $19.77 at Penny Mustard.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com.
You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx on WTMJ.
After his son Mac died, Gary Sinise, the actor, author, humanitarian, Gary Sinise found himself doing something a whole lot of us have had to do after we've lost somebody we love, going through the things that they left behind. And Gary had Mac's phone and his laptop, and he found messages from people who didn't know yet that Mac had died, so he wound up striking up some correspondences, but he also began finding recordings, musical fragments, compositions that he had never heard by his son before. Gary made a decision. That music was not going to just stay trapped on that phone, on that computer. Decided to produce recordings, and now a concert. In this chat that I was able to have with Gary Sinise in preparation for his Graceful Warrior concerts, world premiering right here in Milwaukee, August 28th and 29th at Skylight Music Theater, we learned some truly personal stories. And here's another excerpt of our Zoom chat. Gary, you're bringing people together in so many ways through all of the work that you do through the Gary Sinise Foundation and through theater. And now here you are again, bringing people together, not just on stage to perform Max Sinise's music, but also the audience members, but really to share this meaningful journey for you to cope with your grief, to write a book all about your son and his journey with cancer, and now to create this concert process, now going through this process of creating a concert with Max music. How has that helped you, and how do you think it will help others?
Oh, these projects, Sandy, just going to work on the music. Let me take it back to when I started to discover there was all this additional music in his laptop. It was just within a couple of months of losing him. And, I started sitting here where I am right now is a little office at home. I started going through his iPhone, his laptop. This is Max's iPhone.
Oh,
Started, I have all his passwords and everything. I started going through his iPhone, just looking for, like I discovered text messages and phone messages from people who didn't know that we had lost Mac. And so when I discovered those messages, I got back to those people to let them know that what had happened. And I started, as I was doing that, I started to discover text messages of Mac talking about different music pieces. I started to find little recordings in his phone. I started going into his laptop and finding all these files of music. And I was like, wait a minute. I never heard any of this. I mean, there were a few things that I had heard because he wrote music for the Gary Sinise Foundation. There's a documentary on our website called Always Do a Little More. And he wrote about 80% of the music. So I found those files. But I also found all these other files of things that he had written and tucked away that I'd never heard before. And some just fantastic things. And I was like, why did you not share these things? And he was this humble, sort of shy guy who always thought of himself as a drummer and never was quite convinced that, he was a full-on composer songwriter, but he was. And when I started to discover these things, I just thought, I'm not leaving them on the laptop and in the iPhone. I'm going to, thankfully, I'm a musician myself. I know what good music is. I know how to get it made and produced. If I was a dentist or an accountant or something like that and never had any relationship with music at all, I may not have ever known what to do. But I did know what to do, and I'm blessed that I've had a great career in the movie and television business, that I had the financial means to go ahead and get this stuff recorded, hire an orchestra to play it. And I reached out to Mac's buddy on the first record, Oliver Schnee, and said, Oliver, we've got more music here. We got to do another record. And so Oliver came on board, and then he came on board for the third record. And then members of my band who had worked with Mac, I brought them together, and everybody just loved being able to go to work on these Mac ideas and bring them fully to life and record them, and things that I don't think Mac ever thought they would turn into anything. Musicians and songwriters, they'll get an idea in their head, and they've got to turn on they'll start recording it, just singing it, so they don't forget it. And then it goes into the file, and they may make their way back to it. It may just sit there. So Mac did the same thing. He had so many ideas. He would play the guitar, put them in there. He would sing, put them in there. He would play the piano, put them in there. And then tuck them away, and probably never in a million years thought that they would find their way onto an album. And never imagined that 2 records would be in the top 10 most downloaded albums in America. I mean, he never imagined. So these projects, to get to your question, have had a lot of meaning for me. They have kept me going, just knowing that I'm doing something for Mac and preserving these memories and these musical ideas. And it's beautiful music. And then writing the book at the same time. Those projects have really helped me through a very, very difficult time.
He is Gary Sinise. There is something powerful in that. Proud dad, Gary Sinise, preserving his son's music while the work itself helps carry him through his own grief. And now Milwaukee gets to hear the result. August 28th and August 29th at Skylight Music Theater is where Gary Sinise will be here on stage for the world premiere of Graceful Warrior, the concerts. So now that you know the backstory, what exactly will Graceful Warrior sound like? Orchestra, singers, members of Gary's own band, from the Lieutenant Dan Band, and music that ranges from poignant to very playful. Coming up, Gary and I get to geek out a little bit together about Max Sinise's music. Keep it here on What's on Tap.
Don't miss out on the Labor Day sale at Ken Michaels Furniture. Our entire showroom of heirloom quality furniture is on sale. Enjoy factory discounts on exceptional brands like Norwalk, Bradington Young, Hooker, and our Amish dining and bedroom collections. Create a sofa, chair, sectional, or recliner as unique as you are with our thousands of customizable upholstery options. For unbeatable savings on better quality furniture, shop the Labor Day sale now at Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, and downtown. There's no doubt that a better night's sleep makes for better days, and a good quality mattress helps make it happen. When you buy your new Milwaukee mattress from Ken Michaels Furniture, you are assured of a mattress made individually for you out of the finest materials right from our own Milwaukee factory. We make every style, size, and firmness of mattress imaginable, and with our factory direct prices, you will save hundreds of dollars. Milwaukee mattress from Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee, where better days come from a great night's sleep.
Hi, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Most contractors cut corners and disappear when there's a problem. Not us. Since 1997, we've completed over 60,000 projects, earned thousands of 5-star reviews, and were named 2025 Roofing Magazine Contractor of the Year. We set the standard for exterior remodeling. Trusted by homeowners, proven every single day. We're excited to show you why choosing Infinity means peace of mind. Visit infinityexteriors.com to see why your neighbors trust Infinity.
Sports parents know the countless hours and dollars spent on practice, games, equipment, training, travel. So when an injury happens, why don't we invest in recovery too? Vince Vitrano for MD Hyperbaric. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy supports the body's natural healing process, whether it's recovering from injury or a concussion, because it's not just about getting your athlete back on the field, it's about helping them recover for school, work, and life long after the season ends. Learn more at mdhyperbaric.com.
This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx.
Bringing you conversation that I got to have with Gary Sinise, the actor, the author, the musician, and the very proud dad. And he has shared the story behind Graceful Warrior, which is a book that is coming out in November that chronicles his experience with his son struggling with cancer for over 5 years, but also his son's music. And Graceful Warrior is also the title of world premiere concerts happening next week at Skylight Music Theater, August 28th and 29th, where his longtime friend, Michael Unger, is artistic director. So we now know the story. Now it's about the music. Gary Sinise will be on stage narrating portions of the evening, about almost 20 songs that represent the range of his son's work. And we pick up my Zoom chat with Gary Sinise by digging into the music. And it's called Graceful Warrior, the book and the 2 concerts. And you're talking about symphonies and bands playing 1 or 2 of Maxx songs. But on August 28th and 29th, this is a full evening of Maxx Sinise music. And who is performing all of these songs?
Yeah, I mean, we're bringing in local musicians there to put the orchestra together. Jeff Saver is going to be conducting. He and Michael have worked together many times, and Michael thought Jeff would be great with this music, and Jeff loves the music. I've been working to craft, what pieces are going to be done and what I'm going to talk about, because I'll do some narrating during the event, and we're featuring quite a few pieces. I mean, there's over 60 pieces of music in. I was saying
the third album, Gary, is a triple album. I love the vinyl. So there's going to be how many songs make the cut for the concert?
I think it's going to be about 17 or 18 songs.
Great sampling.
Orchestral music, mostly. A couple of pieces where we have some vocals, and some of my singers from my band are going to be coming in to do that with us. We've got another one of my band members who co-wrote like 4 or 5 pieces with Mac that we're going to be doing that night. He's going to be playing piano. Ben Lewis, he's been with me for well over 20 years playing in my band. So some of my members will be there. It's mostly orchestral music that night. We're hiring the orchestra, and we want a lot of the orchestral music featured.
I'm a massive music fan, and I wanted to avoid getting emotional, but just poetic lyrics and carousel, it's every song.
You've been listening.
Yes.
Do you get to play music on your show?
I do, and I play for the bump. I usually play. Is it Cloud Surfing? I don't want to get the title wrong.
I love it. Yeah. We're going to do that.
Oh, good.
We'll be doing that one at the concert. And gosh, you mentioned Carousel. That I remember when I found that, and I was like, whoa, wait a minute. And then I found all these lyrics in Maxx journal written for Carousel, and he was working on that with his buddy Alex, who went back to high school with. And so I contacted Alex and I said, Alex, I found this amazing piece. You have to finish it. So I brought Alex on board. I gave him all the lyrics that I found. He went to work on it. And that's a stunning song, I think. You know, there's many, many great songs on there.
The turns of a phrase in Carousel made me think, oh my gosh, I know Max Sinise composed all this music, but good Lord, did he write the lyrics too? So it truly is stunning and beautiful. And then the playfulness of, is it penguin dance? You know, like it really is arranged. So it's fun. Spill, what other songs do you know, or do you plan? I know you're still curating, but do you plan to include?
Well, we're doing one called The Rise. It's a very big patriotic kind of timpani and horn thing, you know, like Aaron Copland.
Cool.
Yeah, we're doing Penguin Dance. We're doing that one. Gosh, what else are we doing? We're doing. There's a beautiful piece that Mac wrote in college. It's stunning. You can see it on his YouTube channel. It's called Waltz for Addicts, and it's on the second record. And it's got a great vocalist on the record. I wish she was available to come sing, but she's not. But two of my vocalists are going to come and sing that song. It's called Waltz for Addicts. He wrote it in college. They're going to do that one. And also a couple of my band members are going to do one called Eyes of Marigold, which is on the first record. We're doing stuff from all three records. One called Always Do a Little More Sweet, which is, I mentioned that documentary that Mac wrote music for. Well, when I found all those musical pieces that he wrote the music for the documentary for, when I found them, I said to Oliver, okay, there's one here we're going to take and we're going to make this its own thing. But then we're going to take all the rest of this from Always Do a Little More and we're going to create a suite. So it's called the Always Do a Little More Suite. It's on part 2. And that's a great sort of uplifting tune. It's really great. And you can hear all the different melodies and all the different things that Mac wrote, and they're all combined into one piece. Lot of great music. Music from all three records is going to be on the bill.
Gary Sinise describing the music we'll hear at the Graceful Warrior World Premiere Concerts, August 28th and 29th at Milwaukee Skylight Music Theater, with Gary Sinise on stage presenting this music that means so much to him and that he is so proud of, created by his son, Mac. And Mac wasn't able to play the drums during his cancer, but his mother suggested another instrument he might be able to hold and play, a harmonica. And what Mac did with that harmonica helps explain why Gary calls his son a graceful warrior. Hear more in the last part of my conversation with Gary Sinise, next on What's on Tap.
I'm with Eric, Director of Research for Good Karma Brands. They have business technology from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Eric, what does partner mean to you?
Partner isn't just out for them. The partner cares about how we solve our problems, and it can be a mutually beneficial relationship from there on.
And I understand throughout the more than 15-year partnership between Good Karma Brands and James Imaging Systems, you have shared many core values.
Absolutely. Work hard, be honest, over-deliver, follow through, listen, teamwork.
Eric, summarize your overall business technology partnership with James Imaging Systems for me.
Outstanding. As we've grown tremendously and you guys have still been able to meet our needs each step of our growth, that's huge.
AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
As the kiddos get ready to get back to school, you can find really great back-to-school savings at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores. School supplies and some surprisingly cool clothing too. And teachers, you get an additional discount. Get the best back-to-school bargains at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent.
Vincent de Paul. When I shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores, every time I come in, it's like a whole new store. It's because new inventory is arriving daily, all kinds of everything. And let me tell you, thrift store prices make buying easy. And helping others at the same time, that's icing on the cake. St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
When you run a team, you want great uniforms, and you know selling spiritware is vital. That's why Burkhart Sporting Goods will create a free custom website for you to sell your families and players the coolest spiritware from Nike and Under Armour, as well as the basics, while helping you fundraise at the same time. We take the hassle out of coordinating your team's apparel and make shopping and buying easy. So when you need awesome spiritware and uniforms for your organization, you can't beat Burkhart.
You can't beat Burkhart.
Get the help you need Saturday morning with How To Radio. At 7, it's the WTMJ Fix It Show with David Nason, featuring this week's guest, J.D. Griffith's Garage Door. At 9, plan your dream vacation with the Fox World Travel Show. And at 10, get financial guidance during Money Talk. Contact Annex Wealth Management for an unbiased review of your investments at annexwealth.com. How To Radio, Saturday mornings on WTMJ. What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx is back on WTMJ.
Graceful Warrior. It's the title that Gary Sinise chose for both the concerts we're about to experience with him here in Milwaukee next week at Skylight Music Theater, and the title of the book that he has written about his son, Mac. And yes, that Gary Sinise, actor, author, humanitarian. And the phrase Graceful Warrior came from the way that Gary described his son, Mac, during his cancer battle, really facing extraordinary circumstances, courage and grace, and even returning to his creating music. And the Graceful Warrior concerts feature Maxx music and on stage narration by Gary Sinise. And here is the last part of my conversation with Gary Sinise. What do you hope that people who come to see the Graceful Warrior concert leave feeling or discussing?
Look, the music is good. Like I said, these orchestras are performing this music. And there's such a variety in the music. There's so much variety on the records. We can't possibly do it all in one concert. And I hope people are lifted, by it. Mac was doing what he could do and not spending all his time thinking about what he couldn't do or what he used to be able to do that he can't do anymore. In fact, he couldn't play drums anymore because one of his arms was barely functioning. But his mom said, why don't you get a harmonica? You could probably hold the harmonica. He couldn't use the fingers on his right hand anymore because of the surgeries that had disabled him, but he could hold a harmonica. And so he did, and he started to teach himself how to play harmonica. The music was still inside him, and he still wanted to be creative. And if you go to Max Sinise YouTube, you'll see him playing harmonica on songs that are on the first record.
I would say Amazing Grace is a stunning...
That's one of them, yeah.
Natural, spiritual version. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful.
It's beautiful, and you've seen the video, maybe. If you go to his YouTube channel, you'll see him recording that on our back porch. Oliver brought over his equipment, set it up on the back porch. Mac there's some cows over there, there's crickets and birds tweeting and everything. And Mac wanted these nature sounds to be a part of that. So you can hear all that in the recording. And he also recorded this beautiful piece that you see him sitting in front of the string section for the beautiful American classic Shenandoah. And he plays the harmonica on that. And we're going to be doing that at the Graceful Warrior concert on August 28th and 29th. There's such variety and such beauty in this music that I really do hope people are lifted. I hope that folks who may be going through difficult challenges themselves with these kinds of things somehow find hope and courage and strength in my sharing the story and Max's story, we all telling stories. That's how we survive. I mean, that in the early days when there were no iPhones, there were no televisions, there were no radios, there were nothing like that. People sat around and told stories. And these are the story, and people would hear these stories, and we do still to today. We recognize certain things in the characters that were there that are talking in these stories, and we appreciate when we hear somebody going through something similar to what we're going through, and we may be inspired to kind of approach our own circumstances a little bit differently because of the way somebody else does it. I know that's been the case for me. You mentioned, my getting together and supporting the men and women who've lost friends and family members serving our country. And I've met thousands and thousands of the families of our fallen heroes, and they have impacted me greatly. And they have taught me a lot about resilience and courage and perseverance through tremendous grief. And when all of a sudden we were hit with a very challenging health crisis in our family, I couldn't help but think about all those people that I've met in the hospitals and, who have suffered a loss and how they've dealt with it. And that gave me a lot of hope and a lot of courage to just take up the charge, because this is the human experience, right? We're going to go through these tough times. And, it's really so much about how we face those tough times and persevere through them. And I hope Graceful Warrior and sharing that story might help somebody through those tough times.
I'm glad that you found strength through the veterans community that you have served, and also through your family, and now through the music of Maxx Sinise. We look forward to seeing you back here in Milwaukee, Gary. Graceful Warrior, August 28th and 29th at the beautiful Cabot Theater at the Skylight Music Theater. Thank you very much for spending time with me and sharing such a personal story. And I know we all look forward to welcoming you back here to Milwaukee.
I look forward to it, Sandy. Thank you so much.
And you can see that entire conversation if you text the word Gary to the Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line, 855-616-1620. Text GARY, text Gary to 855-616-1620 to see that full conversation. And I would say make your plans to see him and enjoy the music that he is so proud of by his son, Maxx Sinise. Skylight Music Theater, August 28th and 29th. I am Sandy Maxx. Thank you very much for listening to What's on Tap, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the